I'm terrified and loving it. Want no regrets to keep me up at night. Feel so alive and loving it. Had to survive, so I finally learned to fight. Laughter, we cried for the fun of it. Now I finally see the light. Don't wanna waste a single minute. Now I finally have you, got you by my side. Let's forget the big mistakes. It's just a game that we play. So let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful night. Hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Oh yeah. On the shelf, I gotta choose. I'm born to win, or am I born to lose? Just breathe it in and pay your dues. Cause life goes by while we're busy making moves. You and I will live to live or sleep. But I know you're gonna take a leap. I love that space that's in between. So let's go for it at full speed. So up, 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 and away. Let's forget the big mistakes. It's just the game that we play, game that we play. Up, 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 and away. Let's forget the big mistakes. It's just a So let's hit the ground running. Yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, yeah, let's hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Yeah, it's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful night. Hit the ground running. Yeah, so let's hit the ground running. Oh yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, no matter where you are, it is time for one thing, and that is some PBE baseball action. Welcome one, welcome all to another Saturday stream. I am AJ887. I am your host for today, and I am joined once again by the wonderful Moosey. Moosey, how are you doing today?
I've been better, but I'm here. I'm ready to work. Uh, let's get into some games. Should be fun.
All right. Well, we talked a little bit beforehand about why you have been better. Do you want to enlighten the chatter?
Um, I have been sick with a cold for latter half of this week, and so my sinuses choose when my nose wants to work or not, and so it should be fun.
Well, hopefully, hopefully the sinuses don't act up too much for you during during this stream. Uh, we we are still on the starting soon screen, but we have officially started. And that's because before we actually get into the sim, we do have a few milestones that we want to keep note of. Both ones that could possibly be hit today, and those are on your screen now on the right-hand side. Milestone 1, we're looking at Andrew Oram, who is 4 doubles away from 300, 2 home runs away from 200. And Klausberg and Cannon is one away from 300 doubles, one double away from 300. And then Paolo Di Stefano Jr. of the Rougarous is 6 runs away from 750 career runs and 2 stolen bases away from 400. So keep an eye on those. We'll be trying to tally them as we go. But we also hit a few milestones in Thursday's sim uh, with Dirk and Derek Rogers Jr. There are a few milestones that were hit, and we want to celebrate those. So real quick, we're going to show off a few of these wonderful graphics. Nolan Windsor of the San Antonio Sloths hit 1,000 strikeouts on the career on Thursday's stream. We also have John Camden, who hit 750 RBIs of the Maui Makos. So congratulations to John Camden for that milestone on the career. And we also have a couple of players who hit their 1,000th hit of their career. First up, Geronimo Scheiderme of the Buffalo Surge hit number 1,000 on Thursday's stream. And then we also have Thomas Rose of the Nashville Stars, who had number 1,000 on the career on Thursday's stream. So congratulations to those 4 players: Windsor, Camden, Scheiderme, and Rose. All 4 of them very well deserving, and very big milestone accomplishments for all 4 players. So hopefully we'll get some more graphics next stream of maybe like Andrew Oram, Paolo Di Stefano Jr., Klausberg and Cannon, for those milestones that we addressed in the on the streaming soon screen. Good afternoon, LBG. Go Vandals indeed, Oilman Dan. So why don't we get on into? One more thing. I did want to mention that if you are one of those 4 players that hit the milestones on Thursday, we do have those images available for you. I think Enoch is going to send them out, or you can, if you don't get them during or after or shortly after the stream, you can DM Enoch or myself. We'll send you them, or a member of the stream of the graphics team. Both 209 Tacos and Kyan Prak were the 2 graphic artists responsible for those amazing graphics that we just saw on the slideshow. So thank you to both of them for creating those graphics for this stream. We got a kind of jam-packed stream today. We got 4 primetime games, which sometimes happens on Saturdays, but not all the time. So we got 4 primetime games. We got the Scorpions versus the Vandals, the Crabs versus the Rougarous, Voyagers versus the Surge, and the Raptors versus the Sloths. And we also have a non-primetime game, that being the Apex versus the Supernovas in there. So we got a lot of games to get through, so we will go ahead and jump right on into it. I'm just going to check the minors, make sure everything has been simmed through May 14th, as per Thursday's stream. So we're going to go ahead and finish off today and head on into the 15th, where our first game is going to be live streamed for you all, that being the Death Valley Scorpions versus the Vancouver Vandals. And already, as a Vandals GM, and my player being a future Vandal and my previous player being a past Vandal, I'm not too happy about the head-to-head, but you never know. You never know. We do have a prediction and some stats from the stat team. I don't know. I believe Dom and Slug are our Twitch moderators for today's stream. So if one of you wouldn't mind putting up a prediction, the suggested prediction being 12.5 total strikeouts for the over-under prediction. That's the suggested one, courtesy of Gingerface, and we'll also talk about some of the stats that Gingerface has produced for us. These 2 teams enter the matchup with opposite starts to this young season. The Death Valley Scorpions currently sit atop the league with a record of 15-4, while the Vancouver Vandals are last in the power rankings with a record of 3-16. Vancouver has had a tough time finding a foothold on the year, as their record continues to slip away from them. They're last in 9 of the 11 team batting statistics. I did not know that. And 5th in runs allowed. Their best team facet is defense, as they rank 5th in BABIP against. On the flip side, Death Valley has been nearly untouchable this year, and the main driving force for their success has been their runs scored, first in the league, and their bullpen, atop the league also with a combined ERA of 2.00. Vancouver rookie pitcher Lil Smoothie Vert has been doing their best to get the Vandal machine up and running with a .96 ERA with 10.61 Ks per 9 and 9.1 innings pitched so far. Death Valley starter Herbie Farnworth has allowed only one run in their last two starts, 13.2 innings pitched. Last start against Sarasota, they went 6 and a third and struck out 13 batters. Be sure to get your predictions in as we continue through these stats. Over under 12.5 total strikeouts. Get those predictions in quickly. Vancouver left fielder Stand Up leads all Vandal batters in WAR with 0.2 and is 5 for 5 on stolen base attempts. And in their last 3 games, Death Valley right fielder Matthew Edwards has collected 5 base hits, including 2 long balls. The keys to victory: Vancouver can and should try anything and everything to get something going, and then build on that. My vote is to pray to Jobu. Unless there's any curveballs thrown, then Jobu no help with curveball. I don't understand that reference. I apologize, Gingerface. For Death Valley, they only need to keep riding the hot streak they've created for themselves and keep doing whatever they're doing. And if it is Jobu, it is working. What is it? I don't understand. Do you understand the reference, Moosey?
I definitely have heard of it.
Jobu.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, Major League movie quote.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's a yeah.
I don't watch movies.
Shame.
But Moosey, looking at these two teams, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Two very different teams in this matchup. You got the Scorpions, who are really starting to head into their contention window. Top of the league, like you had mentioned. Vandals are
Mhm.
starting to hit a really rough rebuild. They got a lot of young talent. Both teams do. But Vancouver needs something magical to happen in order to eke out a win here, especially when, like you had said, leading the batters in WAR with .2.
Yeah.
That is very rough.
Yeah, it is still early. It is still early though. That being said, this does look like an uphill battle for my Vancouver Vandals, unfortunately. Excuse me. We have not been as lucky as Death Valley has in the speed of our rebuild. But we do have a good future with some of these younger players, and we're really looking forward to seeing some of them in action down the line once they've really hit their stride. But as of right now, we are kind of a younger squad, and against Death Valley, who has some players who are much more experienced and much more skilled currently, it's going to be a tough fight. Prediction was up. Oh, there we go. Submissions have
Yeah.
closed. Over 12.5 strikeouts is resoundingly the consensus. 8 out of the 9 voters went for the over, so that one person who went for the under is going to be very happy with the payday if it is under. But I think that we are just about ready to get on into game. I don't want to make sure. No, we do have BNN enabled. Yep. Okay. All right. I think we should be all set. So we will go ahead and get on into game with Wade Silliams on the mound for the Vandals versus Stephanie Morgan for the Scorpions. And Moosey is going to start us off with the Scorpions up to bat.
Who would have guessed that AJ wants to commentate the Vandals?
No one would. No one would have guessed that. Oh, hold on. We have BNN off. Even though I said enabled.
Oh, great diving catch out there in right field. Robin Tex Walker, probably extra bases.
Nope. Trying to get that angle just right. There we go. Alright, sorry about that.
Matthew Edwards, the hot hitter, is going to ground into a double play. We missed the hit. Alderson got himself a single. Double play gets him out of the inning. Good job there.
And Stand Up will lead off the Vandals batting order with a quick single here in the bottom of the first off of Stephanie Morgan. That ball's going to get away from the catcher. Wild pitch as Dupp advances to second. O'Houlihan goes down on strikes, and now it's going to be the cold-hitting DH veteran, Zach Lodge, with a high sky ball into center field. It's caught, and Dupp, tagging, headed for third, is safe. 90 feet from the plate, but Sam Andrews is going to fly out to shallow right field. Looks like Tex Walker was the one to actually grab that one, the second baseman running out into right field to grab it, and that will end the inning.
Hot hitter Chris Jacob will step in, hits a hard one over to the first baseman, who will step on the bag himself for the first out. Mike Boss Jr. hits one back to the pitcher. Good throw by Williams, gets the second out there. Jay Doctor grounds one to the shortstop. Throw out over 1-2-3 inning for Williams. We'll get them back up to bat, getting every out they need.
Stephanie Morgan back to the mound and immediately makes short work of Dan King on the strikeout. That's strikeout number 2 on the day for Morgan. It's going to be Josh Sanders, the catcher, hitting 122 to start the season, and that will fall a little bit more as they ground out to third base. Zarin Pryor, ground ball to second base, thrown on to first, and that's going to be out number 3. A quick inning for Stephanie Morgan. No base runners, no threat from the Vandals here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Still no score in Vancouver.
Bottom part of the order here. Rodicus Scott, the fourth, going to get one underneath the glove of the second baseman. Going to pick up a single. Oz going to get one. Oh, infield single. Third baseman just couldn't get the throw over in time. Trevor Duncan skies one into left field. Should not see a tag up here. Nope. Runners are content to stay at their bases. Tex Walker's going to drop one in front of the right fielder. No signal to go. Stop sign goes up on Scott. Over to first, to second, back to first. A double play gets them out of the inning. Bases were loaded with one out, and they managed to pull through another double play for the Vandals.
It's going to be Shion Okamoto with a high fly ball into deep center field, but Chris Jacob is going to track back and grab that one. Reggie Shrub with the grounder right up the middle. Shortstop throws on to first for out number 2. And stand up will fly out to right, so another 1-2-3 inning for Stephanie Morgan, back-to-back of those. We head to the top of the fourth now, with no score through 3. Death Valley getting their next look at it here.
Maddie Edwards going to strike out swinging. Good pitch by Williams. He seems to be in control right now. Up will step MVP runner Chris Jacob. He will swing and miss. Strike out for him. Only the second strikeout of the day for Williams. The Scorpions really do like putting balls into play. Mike Boss Jr. gets one up the middle past the arm of the second baseman. He's on with the 2-out single. That'll bring up Jay Doctor. Second baseman could have reached up and grabbed that, but chose not to. That'll be a single runner's move first to third, taking the easy way out here. Scott hits one over shortstop. He tosses to second for the third out. We are still scoreless here, going bottom of the fourth.
Scorpions are really making Vancouver sweat a little bit here, but not putting up any runs on the board quite yet. Muckers O'Houlihan is going to strike out for the Vandals to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Sack Lodge grounds that, and the second baseman is going to make the play. Sam Andrews will draw a walk. That will be the first issued walk by Stephanie Morgan this game. And ground ball by Dan King will end the inning on a fielder's choice, as Sam Andrews is thrown out on his way to second. So we have 5 strikeouts for the prediction and no scores. We head to the top of the fifth.
Will step in, grounds one down the first base line. First baseman will grab it, step on the bag for the first out. Trevor Duncan's going to drop a single into left field. So he is on. Lineup turns over. Let's bring up Tex Walker. Tex Walker hits a hard hit ball over to second, to short, to first. Another double play for the Vandals. Their fielding has been tested here. ERA is low. Base runners per 9 pretty high.
And we talked about the Vandals' defense a little bit in the pregame, and I think there's been 3 double plays now, maybe for the Vandals. At least 2.
That's been 4.
It's been 4? Wow. All right. Good defense. Josh Sanders struck out, and Pryor will take a walk. Okamoto is going to ground into a fielder's choice. So we have a runner on first with 2 away for Reggie Shrub, who will ground out to the first baseman, who throws on to Morgan. Probably could have just ran over to the bag and tagged it, but waited for the pitcher to get there. Wanted to make their teammate feel included on the play. Uh-oh.
Elliot Alderson gonna sky one into center field, dies just before the track. I'll bring up Edwards. Edwards, second baseman, really runs out there into right center. Will make that snag. Chris Jacob flies one into left center field. Easy catch out there. It's not a double play, but it is a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless.
And what else it is a pitcher's duel so far. No score for either team, as Stand Up will ground out to short and Muckers O'Houlihan goes down and strikes. Stephanie Morgan 5.1 innings with only a hit given up so far. Sack Lodge, the DH, is going to strike out looking. And that's going to be 3 up, 3 down. That's strikeout number 6 on the day for Stephanie Morgan as we head to the top of the 7th with Death Valley getting their next look at it here.
Silliam still in this one, having thrown 80 pitches. Mike Boss Jr.
Uh-oh.
is going to launch one into left center field, 425 feet, putting up the first run of the game in the top of the 7th. One mistake is all it takes. He'll take the long trot around the bases. Jay Doctor's going to step in. High fly ball into left field, but dies just before the warning track. Roderick Scott, fly ball over into right field. Easy catch out there for Pryor. Gonna ground one back to the pitcher. The pitcher can't get a handle on it. That'll be an error on the side of the pitcher. Nothing comes to play from that error as they will take a fielder's choice at second to end the inning. But Death Valley does score the first run of this game.
And after stretching at the 7th inning stretch, we are in the bottom of the 7th now. Sam Andrews will go down on strikes. Strikeout number 7 for Stephanie Morgan on the day. Dan King is going to get that one past the shortstop, Double-A, and King is going to make it on board with a single. Josh Sanders goes down on strikes, and now it's Zaron Pryor, the right fielder. Runner on first with 2 outs, and that's going to drop in front of the center fielder. That will be a base hit. Heading for third is King, and he is safe. Runners at the corners now for Okamoto, but that's going to be a ground into a fielder's choice, and that will end the threat. Vandals get a couple of hits there, but can't do much of anything else. We head to the top of the 8th, still 1-0 Scorpions.
Fuji steps in. Tex Walker hits a really hard fly ball over into left field. Good snag and catch. Alderson skies one into center field. That'll be the second out. Edwards gonna line one into center. Has to reach up to get it, but will bring it in. 1-2-3 inning here for Fuji, coming in relief. Only needing a few pitches to do so. Vancouver only has 6 outs to get 1 or more runs.
And a sliding catch by Chris Jacob in center field is going to put away Reggie Shrub for the first out of the 8th. But Stand Up will get their second base hit of the ball game. First one was all the way back in the first to lead off the bottom of the first. Muckers O'Houlihan will line out, and now it's Sack Lodge launching that one in right field. That one's gone. The DH is going to put the Vandals up 2-1, 388 feet on the how far did it fly, and that will be a 2-run bomb for Sack Lodge. Vandals taking a narrow lead here late in the game. Will they be able to hold it? Sam Andrews with a high fly ball into left field, but that one does not have the juice to make it out of the park. And now Death Valley is on the back foot now, and they've got to make something happen here in the top of the 9th to keep this game alive.
Death Valley's bullpen is their strong point. I think they left Morgan in just a little too long. Chris Jacobs going to fly one into center field. Mike Boss Jr. going to go down on strikes. 1 out remaining, and it is Jay Doctor, the veteran, facing Homura Fuji.
Former teammates.
Doctor's going to ground one over to shortstop, and it
Wow.
will be an out. Vandals pull an unseen upset. Oh, some mismanagement there. They left the starter in maybe just 1 pitch too long. Ended up giving up a 2-run bomb that led the Vandals to victory.
Do you want to take us to the through the rest of the box score?
Have some notables. Mike Buss Jr. picking up 2 hits. The bottom of Death Valley's order, all picking up a hit. Stand Up, as you had mentioned during the game, 2 hits there. Sack Lodge with the game-winning 2-run home run. Stephanie Morgan takes the 8-inning loss, giving up those 2 runs on that single home run. Silliams will take a no decision. Fuji will take the win, their second of the season. Stephanie Morgan, your losing pitcher and pitcher for Death Valley, will be your player of the game.
And yes, Ghost Hardware, this was prime time. So a lot of prime time completers probably very not too happy about this result. Vandals probably not really projected to beat the Scorpions in this one, but so it was. Meanwhile, around the league, we had the Sloths taking down the Supernovas here. 8-1 is the final. We have a 3-run day for Christy Abbott and 4 RBIs from Pork Chop Sandwiches. Looks like it was a bases clearing double, and then something else happened. Sack fly, looks like. I was hoping it was a grand slam, but no. Bobby McDonald Jr. also with a pair of RBIs. On the side of Sarasota, their sole RBI comes from Jimmy Olsen, while BJ Foe gets a pair of hits at the top, and Onedo will go 2 for 3. Lefty Bones gets their fifth loss on the season, and Billy Greer will get their fourth win for San Antonio, going 8 innings, giving up only 1 run, and striking out 10. Billy Greer, with that start, will be your player of the game.
Congrats to Monster Man 993 for being the only one to predict the under, walking away with 11.6 channel points. Go get yourself 1 million PBE dollars with
Wow.
those winnings.
In one prediction.
Raptors gonna eke out an extra innings win here. A run scoring single by Parker Beecham. Take home the victory as they beat the Sea Serpents 7-6. On the batting, couple multi-hit days. Davis Campbell with a nice 2-2-2 line, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBI. On Boise, all but one gets a hit. Orem, come on, man. We're rooting for you. Westfall after taking home no hits, but 3 walks in the contest. Lots of walks on the side of Boise. Justice with 3 out of 4 hits as well. On the pitching, Crocodile will take the no decision. Both starters take no decisions. Blown save goes to Hodder, lost to Aria. Timmy with the win, their first of the season, winning in extra sacks. Justice will be your player of the game.
Then we have the Outer Banks Aviators taking down the Cancun Toros here 5-2. The Plains beating the Bulls. And we have 3 RBIs from Klaus Bergen Cannon. And we were looking for doubles from them, but no such luck there. It looks like a single and a home run for KBK. On the side of Cancun, we have the 2 RBIs, one each from Carter and Ernie Witt. And then down in the pitching, neither starter will get the decision, despite good starts from both of them, quality starts from both of them. DJ Law takes the loss, while Echo Dot will get the win and the blown save for Outer Banks in relief. Hengstu DeWright will get the Player of the Game award, though, with a 7-inning start, giving up only 1 run and 4 walks, but striking out 3.
Rougarou and Surge. The Surge get a decisive victory here, winning 7-3. Couple of 3-run innings for the Surge. A 2-for-4 day with 5 RBIs by Rusty Kuntz. What a day for him at the plate. Bring home all of the runs in this one. Torrent with 2 hits, 2 RBIs as well. Doesn't look like Di Stefano got anything.
No, I was looking at that
Or
too. No runs, no stolen bases.
no runs, no stolen bases for Di Stefano on this one. Down to the pitching. Rolo will take the win, their third of the season. Balkan with their fourth hold. Ginsburg will take their fifth save, getting 1 out, a strikeout on 5 pitches. Rainier will get the loss, their first of the season, 6 innings, 4 earned. Rusty Kuntz with 5 RBIs will be your player of the game.
Then we have the Voyagers taking down the Apex here 4-2. Out hitting them 12 hits to 9. Pretzelman goes 3-for-4 with a run and an RBI. Daytona with a pair of RBIs as well. Indianapolis has a 3-for-3 day at the top of the order with 2 RBIs from Zach Mouse. And then Tsunami and Quinn both with 2 hits. Shifty Lagoose will take the loss despite a quality start. And Vivi Zielman will get their third win of the season, also with a quality start. Gunk with a hold, and O'Sullivan will get their second save. The player of the game is going to be Zach Mouse, the leadoff hitter for the Apex.
Crabs and Demons duel 1 out. The Crabs will take the victory 1-0 despite being out hit. 3 hits for Haywood Dinkle, taking half the hits for himself. Only 4 hits on the side of Providence. The 1 run coming off the back of Luka Dordevich, hitting a single to drive in a run. Walker Cato takes the loss, their second of the season, 7 innings, 1 earned, the only earned run of the game. Kagamine takes the win in relief, their first of the season, 2 2/3 of scoreless pitching. Rich Evans will be your player of the game.
And lastly, in the majors for today, we have the Makos taking down the Nashville Stars here 12-7. Probably an upset on paper. Looks like Goffard and Emerson both with 3 RBIs, and then a couple of RBIs each from Catsup and Dawson Jr., the GMs. Nashville will get a 4 for 5 day with 3 runs and an RBI for Brandon Fry. Booswell gets 3 RBIs, and Geist goes 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs as well. Leonard Washington will get the loss and the blown save for the Stars, while Acho gets their first win of the season in relief for Maui. And Brandon Fry will be your player of the game with that 4 for 5 day at the plate, 3 runs scored. Well done to Brandon Fry. Taking a look at the minors now, we're going to head on into the first game of the day.
Looks like narrow victory here as the Kingpins will beat Kansas City 6-5. Runs coming late to seal the game. A 2 for 4 day by Dominion with 2 RBIs. 4 for 5 day by Robert Drop Tables players with 3 runs and an RBI as well. On to the pitching. Both starters will take no decisions. Mosley takes the loss. Definitely not Kevin Short. Will take the blown save. Mick Schumacher with the win. Mitch the TRX with their 8th save of the season. And Robert Drop Tables players, Culture Seth, will take the player of the game.
I kind of want my next player to be named definitely not Kevin Show, like unironically. Louisville Leavers take down the Dynamos here 7-2, out hitting them 10-6 on the day. 2 RBIs each for Carrillo and Brownwell, and 3 for Escalado on the side of Louisville. Carrillo also getting 3 hits at the plate. Dallas has a 2 for 2 day from Dennis McLaughlin, and 2 RBIs from Groves, the first baseman. Carmichael Redacted will take the loss for Dallas, while James Ronlin gets the win for Louisville with a quality start, 6 innings, 2 runs given up. And Marco Carrillo will be your player of the game.
Flamingos will win decisively 4-2 over the Dillos. Lots of multi-hit days for Florida, racking up 15 hits for the team, but only 4 runs. 2 RBIs for Keegan Halverson, and 3 for 5 day by Bufflin. On the Amarillo side, couple of multi-hit days, 3 for 4 day by Big Barnold. Down to the pitching. Colonel Bloodshine will take the win. Makovitz will take the loss, their 3rd of the season. Scudder with a hold, Freddie with a hold, Tom with the save. Colonel Bloodshine, the starter for Florida, will be your player of the game.
And then we have the Brew City Bears taking down the California Firehawks here. 6-2 is the final. Good hitting. 11 hits on the day for Brew City. 3 for 4 from Rock Out with your Crocs Out with 3 RBIs. 2 for 4 day from Aldridge and 2 hits from Miller. California will get 2 RBIs on a 2 for 4 day from Sawyer Stern and a 3 for 4 day for Kevin Larson. Down the pitching, Lizzie Mitchell will take the loss for California on a rough start, while Jormungandr Ragnarok goes 7 shutout innings with no walks and 5 hits. Gets the win, improving to 3-1 on the season. Well done, Brain. Justin Jett will get the save, going 2 perfect innings, but it's going to be Rock Out with your Crocs Out that gets the Player of the Game award for Brew City.
I love that name so much. Anchorage and State College Anchorage will take the victory 4-2. A 3 for 5 day by Jose 43 Sr. and the lead off man, not to be outshadowed by a 3 for 4 day with a run, RBI, and a walk by Bobby Roode down in the 5th slot. State College multi-hit days from Eshelman and it just went blurry. How dare it?
Knox. Looks like
Knox.
Tyler Knox.
It looked like a Hoy for a hot second. I did not want Stanger with the win. Bombs with the save, the 3rd of the season. Day taking their 2nd loss. And Tim Stanger will be your player of the game. 7 innings, 1 earned.
That'll do it for the minors on May 15th. We are all set to head on into May 16th. May 16th is going to be a quick sim day. So we'll go ahead and autoplay all of these games, and we'll take you through the box scores. Providence Crabs are going to fall to the New Orleans Rougarous in a huge win for New Orleans, 11-0, getting 12 hits. Only 3 hits mustered by Providence. Oh, My bad. Only 3 hits mustered by Providence, one each from Ruiz, Burrow, and Cologne, but nothing else. New Orleans gets 4 RBIs from Brew, 3 from Wolf, and 2 from Travis Hafner. Good hitting by the Rougarous here. Aiden McDougall will get the win with 7.1 shutout innings, and Grissom McThornbody will close it out the rest of the way. Dasani Voss takes their 5th loss for Providence with a rough start. And CJ Branson and Sportsboy57 will finish off the day. Aiden McDougall will be your player of the game. Excellent start by the Rougarou starting pitcher.
On to the Makos and Apex. Apex win 4-2, taking it home early in the game. Multi-hit day by Johnny Tsunami, going 3 for 4. No, a 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs and 2 walks by Eyes. On the side of Maui, only a couple multi-hit days by Johnson and Emerson. On the pitching, Dogwood Maple will take the win. 7 innings of shutout ball. Michael Knightrider taking the loss. In this one, John Barron with their 2nd save of the season, only giving up those 2 runs. Dogwood Maple starter for Indy will be your player of the game.
The Demons are going to take down the Sloths here. 10-2 is the final. 15 hits for Detroit. And a large portion of the Demons having multi-hit games. Drachenberg with 3 of them. Stacked paper with 3 RBIs on a 2-for-5 day. The sole RBI from the Sloths coming from Acuna Matata, and the sole multi-hit game from them coming from Trevin Knight. Nolan Windsor will take the loss. Rough start for the veteran Sloth, while Ricky Vaughn will get their 3rd win. For Detroit, improving to 3-2 with an 8.2 inning start, giving them only 1 earned run on 5 hits and no walks and striking out 9. Great game for Ricky Vaughn, and that is why they are the player of the game.
Raptors and Stars. Stars going to eke out a win, score in the game-winning run in the bottom of the 8th, winning 4-3. A couple 2-for-4 days by Bland and Saber. Bland getting 2 runs, Saber getting 2 RBIs. On the Nashville side, Thomas Rose going off 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBI, and a walk to boot. On the pitching side, Lucas and Mazeroski both taking no decisions in this one. It went down to the bullpens. Matty Paul taking their 2nd loss of the season, giving up a run in their 2 innings of work. Shigeno with the win and a blown save, parting with their 5th save of the season. Thomas Rose, your player of the game.
Then we have the Supernovas taking a win over the Vandals here. 2 of the teams that are probably struggling the most in the league, facing off in a close match. Supernovas win at 6-5. Lots of hits for both teams, 13 and 12. 3-for-5 day for Zach Washington, 2 RBIs each for of Derek Jeter and Rem Beverwinkle, going 3-for-4. Vancouver has a 3-for-5 day with an RBI from Dupp, and then 2 hits with an RBI from Andrews, Sanders, and Okamoto. Let's see. Neither starter will get a decision. Tosin with a quality start. I don't know why I wanted to say complete game, but it definitely wasn't. My brain just like shut off for a moment there. Catamides gets a hold, and Icebox Johnson will get the loss in the blown save, while Arquitas Garcia will get the win, giving us 2.1 innings of no-run baseball. Brentonathan Rembeverwinkle will be your player of the game with a home run and 2 singles. There we go.
Aviators and Sea Serpents. Sea Serpent's going to win this one in extras. A 2-run home run by James Barker hit off of Echo Dot in the 11th. KBK right there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 300 doubles by KBK, going
Woo!
3-for-5 with a run and 2 RBI. Congratulations on your milestone, my man. Seattle, just a lot of team hitting, lots of walks on there. 8. They actually walked more than they got hits in this one. Farting House going 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 2 walks as well. On the pitching side, both starters taking their no decision. Danny Sullivan going 8 innings in this one, sitting with the win. Walrus with the loss. Danny Sullivan be your player of the game.
Danny Sullivan got robbed of a win there. That's tough. That's a really good start for Sullivan. Offense just didn't come through early enough, but they did get the win. The team did get the win, so I'm sure that they're very happy about that. Though Death Valley Scorpions take down the Buffalo Surge 9-2. 3 hit days for both Tex Walker and Trevor Duncan, each with at least one RBI. Duncan with two. Double A will get a pair of RBIs as well on a 2-for-4 day. Buffalo gets their 2 RBIs from Spacok and Rob Cena Jr. The two of them responsible for 2 of the 5 hits from the Surge. Lucky Ocharo gets the loss for Buffalo with a tough start there. Justin Sims will get the win for Death Valley, going the complete game, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits and a walk and striking out 10. They'll be your player of the game for this one. And last one of the day.
Last majors games of the day. Voyagers gonna eke out a win 3-2 over Cancun. 2 runs coming off the bat of one Kruger McCoy hitting a 2-run home run in the 4th inning off of horse. On the side of New York, just a couple single hit outings here, though the RBIs coming from Rodriguez, Slim, and Menard. On the pitching, Whole Horse will take the win, their 3rd of the season. Sivar with their first save. Leo Robert will take their 3rd loss of the season. Whole Horse will be your player of the game.
I'm sorry, Moosey.
I'm not surprised. Hitting's just, where's my run support, guys? Come on.
Insert where runs mean
Oh,
here.
can we check on the milestones for Di Stefano Jr. and Orem? I did not catch those.
I don't think I was looking for them either. Orem went 1-for-3 with a single, so no dice there.
Nothing there.
And then DeStefano Jr. would have been, where's the Rugers there?
Very
Right there.
top.
Run and stolen base. Do we have anything? No runs.
No stolen bases.
No stolen bases. Right when there's like a milestone to be hit, that's when everyone cools off.
Well, we hit the easy one, which was just 1 away.
That's true. Yeah, Klausberg and Cannon with the 300 doubles on the career.
But hey, Ricky Vaughn is now just 20 strikeouts away from, was it 1,000? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it could happen. He could carry Wooded.
Could we get that today? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it would have to be a Kerry Wood game because I think we only
It would have to be a Gary Wood.
We only have one more Vaughn start today. Then we'll finish up the 16th, and we'll head on into the 17th with our next streamed game of the day, that being the Providence Crabs versus the New Orleans Rougarou. Suggested prediction for this one is 2.5 home runs hit. So we're going to be looking for that home run alert throughout the game. A couple of notes from the stat team. See, a good matchup: New Orleans 13-6 and Providence 10-9. Those records have been slightly changed now, but they're relatively close in the standings, with their Pythagorean records suggesting that they're even closer than that at face value. So we got a different prediction. NOLA spread -3.5 versus.
I don't know how you're going.
I don't know what that means.
It's just how much they win by. So if Nola wins by 4 or more, Nola gets paid out. Well, I said Dom's fired.
Okay, so if Nola wins by 4 or more runs, then the over gets paid. Well, it's not over, but the Nola covers wins. If Nola wins by 3 or less, or if Providence wins, then the other option wins.
They're getting all Vegas on us, and
I'm so confused. I don't understand.
I don't understand lines. I'm pretty sure sports betting is still illegal in my state. I haven't checked.
Okay, Dom says I'm correct. I'm so confused. All right, whatever. Team notes. Providence began the season on a head-turning 6-3 stretch. Get your votes in if you understand the voting. Do it. 30 seconds left. Providence began the season on a head-turning 6-3 stretch, but has since gone 4-6 in the month of May. The biggest strength for this Crabs team has been their pitching, allowing the 3rd least runs in the league. This staff is built on the ability to paint the corners and allowing no free passes to first, surrendering the least amount of walks in the league. Per usual, New Orleans is ride or die on their left-handers' ability to light up the scoreboard, which they have continued to thrive at. They're second in the league in runs scored, second only to Death Valley, whom they trail by 2 games. Player notes: Crabs second baseman Bergamot Lemon hit 515 in the month of April, but has hit 162 in the month of May. That's their leadoff hitter. Rougarou's third baseman Naz Hamed is 8-12 in his last 3 games with 2 home runs. In 5.2 innings pitched in his rookie season, Sportsboy 57 has yet to allow a single run against and has struck out 5. And in their last 3 games started and 19 innings pitched, New Orleans starter John Rayner has allowed 3 runs and struck out 16. Some keys to victory: played in this series at home, the Rougarous are always serious threats to take advantage of their park factors and light up the opposition. They're 7-1 at home and will look to add to that record this game. Providence will have to fend off a hot New Orleans offense and snap their 2-6 away record if they want a crack at taking this one on the road. Thank you to Gingerface for the stats. Moosey, any players that are standing out to you here between these two teams?
Well, I can say your facts about Sportsboy 57 and Rainier were demolished recently. Sportsboy gave up his first runs of the season in the last game they played against the Rougarou, where they lost 11-0. There's a lot of history between these batters and pitchers here. A lot of people over getting over 20 looks at each other. With that history, both pitchers are playing very well. Leaf off to a really great start here with 3 wins and an ERA under 1, whip under, or an ERA under 2, a whip under 1. Though isn't a huge strikeout pitcher. Nakamura big on the strikeouts, the Caper 9 over 9. But has given up a few more runs. Rougarou do have a lot of left-handers in their lineup. They are facing a right-handed pitcher, so you think a little bit of the edge goes to them. Though with the pitching of Providence in this one, if Leaf can pull out some length, I think they do have a chance to win this game.
This is going to be a very interesting one. New Orleans maybe on the decline a little bit from some of their peak seasons. A lot of their players hitting regression, some of them pretty hard, and some of their younger players not quite at the peak at their peak level yet, but they're on their way certainly. Meanwhile, Providence Crabs have definitely been making a lot of moves in recent days to try and put themselves into competition. Most recently, signing Willie Colon in free agency this offseason. So this will be an interesting matchup for sure. Looks like the predictions have finished. NOLA spread says NOLA covers 45% of the votes. Providence covers was 55% of the votes. So a lot of votes being placed by a lot less people on the Providence covers side. But yeah, I think we are all set to get on into game, and I believe you want to take Providence for this one, so that means that you'll be taking us into game with Hiro Nakamura on the mound versus Ivy Leaf. Ready, Moosey?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, take it away.
Hiro Nakamura on the mound facing leadoff hitter Bergamot Lemon. Gonna take a strikeout to begin the game. Will bring up center fielder Giannis Krustis. See Nakamura gonna pop one up into foul territory. Third baseman runs over, will make that catch. Ruiz, hard hit ball over to second, but it's an easy play for Wolf. As that will take 1-2-3 inning for Nakamura. Take us to the bottom of the first.
It's going to be Beauregard, DeStefano Jr., and Hamed due up. DeStefano Jr. will keep watching on a few milestones, but it's going to be Beauregard who goes yard. 397 feet on the how far did it fly. And New Orleans is going to take a 1-0 lead off of Providence right off the bat. Gustav Beauregard is going to put them out in front. And it's going to be Paulo DeStefano Jr. who grounds out to the second baseman for out number 1. Naz Hamed with a high pop fly. Catcher Ryan almost all the way out to the mound to take care of that. And Vidal Valor will ground out to short. So the Rougarous go down in order, but they do get the solo shot to start them off. Gustav Beauregard putting New Orleans up 1-0.
Beauregard was slumping a bit this season. Will Love gonna pop one out to the shortstop, bring up Joe Burrow. Gonna take one on the inside for strike 3. That'll bring up Willie Colon. He's had a bit of a rough start to the season, though has hit a lot of long balls. That one is going to line right into the right fielder's glove for the third out. Still a 1-0 lead for New Orleans on the second.
Torrent, Brew, and Wolf due up for New Orleans, and it's going to be Torrent with a quick single into straightaway center. But that looks like a double play. Christopher Brew grounding into the standard 6-4-3. And where Wolf will go down on strikes. So the Providence Crabs face the minimum amount of batters and get through it still only down 1.
Caldera gonna hit one over into right center field, and that baby will be gone. Long shot, 402 feet to right center field, ties this game up. Man, this is gonna be fun. I can just. Sloganing gonna hit one over to the shortstop. Easy play there for the first out of the inning. Brings up Dordevich. Dordevich gonna hit one into center field. Diving catch out there by Beauregard. Hauls it in. Bergman Lemon gonna fly one into right field. Easy catch by Torrent. Will retire the side, but the Crabs have tied this one up with a solo home run of their own.
It's going to be Todd Hafner, the first baseman, who will get to first base easily with a single into right center. That's going to be the first base hit of this inning. And Nigel Ortega's going to launch that one into left field, 397 feet. That's home run number 3 of the day between these two teams. And it's going to be Nigel Ortega who puts New Orleans up in front again. Not often you see the number 9 hitter go yard, but when you do, always exciting. Gustav Beauregard will pop out for out number 1 of this inning, and Paulo DeStefano Jr. will get on board with a single. Do we see a stolen base from DeStefano Jr.? Not this time. Nasamed will ground out to third. DeStefano advances to second. Vidal Valor draws a walk. Also looking for runs for DeStefano Jr., so if Torrent can get a base hit here... Ooh, it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Krustis. And that is going to end the inning. We head to the top of the 4th. New Orleans now up 3-1 after the 2-run bomb by Ortega.
So bring up Krustis. Krustis going to line one into left field, and that one will be gone.
Wow.
Home runs galore. 396 feet. Just getting over the wall in left field. He'll take the trot around the bases, cutting that lead to 1 run. We'll bring up Julio Ruiz. Ruiz gonna drop one into right field just in front of Torrent, getting himself a single. Bring up Will Love. Skies one into center field. Easy catch out there. No advancement on that play. Burrow's gonna strike out swing and looked a little late on that swing. Gonna bring up Willie Colon. Colon's gonna put one into right field. They're not gonna go first to third, instead playing station to station here. Claudera, who hit that home run, is gonna strike out. They do get one back here in the top of the 4th. They are still down 1. Just home run central here in this game.
It's back and forth, too. Each team taking turns. First it was the Rugers, then it was the Crabs, then Rugers, then the Crabs. So Rugers' turn next, but Brew and Wolf will not be the ones to hit the next one. Well, maybe they will be, but it won't be till their next at bat as they both go down, one on a flyout, the other on a strikeout. Hafner will get aboard with a single, though, and now it's Nigel Ortega, who's already 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs on the day, and that's going to get past the second baseman. Bergamot Levitt, it looked like it almost went through him, but Ortega will get on board with their second hit of the ball game. Gustav Beauregard is going to fly out to right, however, and that will end the inning with 2 Rougarous on the base paths. 3-2 Rougarous as we head to the top of the 5th. Crabs looking to tie this one up.
Something will strike out swinging. Nakamura's 5th strikeout of the game. Gonna bring up shortstop Luka Dordevich. Dordevich gonna strike out swinging on this one. He's had a good season so far, hitting over 300. Lineup will turn over to bring up Lemon. Lemon's gonna hit one past the shortstop into center field. Be a 2-out single. That'll bring up Krustis. Krustis is gonna hit one past the second baseman into center field. We got 2 runners on now, 2 outs for Julio Ruiz. Ruiz is going to hit one over to the first baseman. Tosses to the pitcher covering for the 3rd out. Crabs were threatening, but they just couldn't get base runners on without 2 outs.
DeStefano Jr. is first up and will ground out to the first baseman Slokening for out number 1. Now it's Hamed. Pop flies that one to the shortstop. And now it's Vidal Valor with a long deep drive into right center. That's going to be caught by the center fielder Krustis. We head to the top of the 6th after a 1-2-3 inning dealt out by Ivy Leaf to the Rougarou.
Part of the order here is Will Love will step in, flies one into center field right at Beauregard, who covers for it. Burrow's going to drop one into left field. Maybe thought about two, but will scamper back to first with just a single. Cologne's going to hit one all the way into the left center gap. That one gets all the way to the wall. Will they send Burrow? They will. He's running all the way to the plate. They just hit the cutoff man. This game is tied at 3. Willie Cologne, RBI double. Let's tie things up. This will bring up Cloudera. Cloudera popping one up. First baseman calls out the second baseman for the second out. I'll bring up Slokening. Flies one into left field. Easily caught out there by Ortega. We are tied going to the bottom of the 6th, 3-3 here in New Orleans.
We just talked about early on in the game, or maybe in the pregame, about Willie Colon being a new arrival to the Providence Crabs, already making themselves known in this game at least, with that with that RBI. It's going to be runners at first now with 2 outs after the fielder's choice by Wolf. Wolf takes off for second and makes it there with a stolen base, and it's Travis Hafner who grounds out to first for out number 3. Very quick bottom of the 6th as we head to the top of the 7th, still tied at 3.
9-hole hitter Dordevic will step up ground one over to the shortstop. That'll bring up Lemon. Flies one into center field. Beauregard ranges back, will make the catch. Bring up Krustis. Krustis going to hit one over to the third baseman. Throw it across the diamond. 1-2-3 inning for Nakamura. He's at 107 pitches now. Likely will not step out for the 8th.
Coldraseth wants a walk-off grand slam. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Nigel Ortega base hit all the way to the wall. That's going to be a double for the left fielder. And they've got 3 hits on this ball game, and all of them are different. That's all I'm going to say. Gustav Beauregard with an RBI single advances to second on the throw. New Orleans are going to take a 1-run lead once again. Now at 4-3. Paul DeStefano Jr. grounds that out to the second baseman. No stolen base or run for DeStefano on that at bat. Naz Hamed will fly out to left field. No run for the plate. Rin Kagamine enters the game to face Vidal Valor and strikes Valor out. And that's going to leave the score at 4-3. Rougarou do take the lead once again. We head to the top of the 8th.
Julio Ruiz will step up. That's a line shot. That's going to hit the wall in right field. Ruiz rounds the bases, gets himself to second with a lead-off double. Bring up Will Love. Luke Wright stepping in to pitch now. Runs one over the first baseman. Productive outs. Infield in. And Burrow will knock in Ruiz from third. That will tie the game. That'll bring up Willie Cologne. Cologne's going to fly one into left field, going all the way to the wall. Easy catch out there. Got a little scary. Maybe the wind blowing in finally.
Oh!
Caldera's going to take a fast one into the shoulder.
Yikes.
A little bit of frustration from right on the mound. Grounder to second by Slokening will end the inning. But we are tied yet again at 4. We go bottom 8. 10 hits apiece.
Van is asking for extra. Nice line drive catch on the mound by Rin Kagamine. Torrent down, and then Brew falls with a line out. Wolf goes down and strikeout. 1-2-3 inning, deadlocked at 4. We head to the top of the 9th. That inning blew by. Van asking for extra innings was what I was trying to say, and very likely here as we only have the 9th to go.
That liner to the pitcher was smooth.
Yeah.
Dordevic hits one over the first baseman. He'll take it himself. Unassisted for the first out. Lemon will fly out into left field. That'll bring up Krustis. He will strike out, swinging. We go bottom of the 9th. Betters beware.
we are in walk-off grand slam territory, which could be the NOLA cover. Hafner is going to ground out there. Nigel Ortega, no triple to complete the cycle. That's going to be a ground out. That's 2 away. Gustav Beauregard will go down on strikes, or sorry, not on strikes, on the ground out. And we got some free baseball. We're headed to the extra innings. Top of the 10th coming up with this game still tied at 4.
Bring up Ruiz, hard hit ball into center field. Doesn't have the distance. As Beauregard will bring it in. Will Love gonna line one over to third base, but that'll bring up Joe Burrow. Burrow will go down on strikes as James Pleasant is now in the game for New Orleans. Bottom of the 10th. We are still in walk-off Grand Slam territory.
Van asking for free baseball gets it, and then asks for 8 more free innings. Paulo DeStefano Jr. will get on board with a single. That's going to be a wild pitch. Won't count as a stolen base, I don't believe. Unfortunately for DeStefano Jr. fans who want to see him hit that milestone. Naz Hamed goes down, strikes. Vidal Valor will do the same against George Washington Crab here. Io Torrent, foul fly, and that's going to be caught and put away by the catcher Burrow. We're still tied at 4, and we're going to the 11th. Possibly on our way to those 8 more free innings Van was talking about.
Cologne steps in. It's going to get a single into center field. Splits the fielders. That will bring up Cloudera. Takes the 4-pitch walk. They don't want to play with him. He's gone yard in this game already. Bring up Slokening. Slokening's going to fly one into left field. Runners have to scurry back to their bases. I'll bring up Dordevich, who's going to strike out swinging. Potential go-ahead run is sitting at second base. Bergamot Lane's going to pop one up. Shortstop will make that catch. We go bottom of the 11th. Still tied at 4.
All the out-of-town scoreboard games are gone. They've all gone home. We're the only ones left.
We're just here. We're stuck forever.
Diving catch by Willie Colon in right field will retire Brew. Werewolf goes down, strikes. Now it's going to be Travis Hafner with George Washington Crab on the mound, and the base path is empty. 2 outs. Here comes the first baseman. That is going to be grounded to the shortstop, and we're headed to inning number 12. We're still going. Let us out. Let us out of this game. 4-4 is the score here in New Orleans. Providence up next.
Christus will step in, get a lead-off single. Shortstop just couldn't make that grab. That'll bring up Ruiz. Ruiz gonna get hit in the back by Pleasant. Take first base. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Will Love. Derek Yeater will step in, striking out Love. I'll bring up Joe Burrow. Burrow called out on strikes.
Okay.
2 outs. Willie Colon up to bat. Checks the swing, and we have bases loaded. 2 outs. Yuto Kira Cloudera.
Oh,
Strikeout
wow.
swing, and Derek Yeater does not take prisoners. We go bottom of the 12th. Tied 4-4.
Nigel Ortega looking for the triple, but they can't get it. They go down on strikes. 2 opportunities for the cycle, unable to get them. But if we keep going in this game, they might get another shot at it. Gustav Beauregard going down on strikes, and now it's going to be Paulo DeStefano Jr. This is Nolan Nola, who has entered the game, by the way, and has automatically struck out the first 2 batters as per legal rules of the world. Paulo DeStefano Jr. is going to fly out to straightaway center. And that is going to do it. 1-2-3 inning for the rookie Nola Nola as we head to the top of the 13th.
Chipper Sloking's in the ground run over to the third baseman. Throws across the diamond for the first out. They'll bring up Dordevich. Flies one into center field. Gets over the head of Beauregard. Dordevich is off and running. He will stop at second.
That could be trouble.
Go ahead run is at second base. They're going to get a productive out here. With a grounder to the second baseman. And a hard hit ball by Krustis. And that ball is gone. 2-run home run. Giannis Krustis, 397 feet. His second home run of the game. Gives Providence the lead in 13. Wow.
I have
Ruiz will take the walk.
I have hope that New Orleans gets the 2 runs here, so we keep going. But I also have hope that it ends.
Will Love will strike out swing. See, 18 inning games are fun when you're not
When you're not
straight.
straight, yeah. Now Sunbed goes down on strikes against Nolan Nola. Hey, we're still in potential walk-off Grand Slam territory. I mean, it's possible. Vidal Valor, the DH, up now is going to launch that one into right field. There's another home run. That is, I think, 6 home runs between these 2 teams on the day, which is slightly less impressive when you think that we're going for 13 innings so far. But we are within 1 now, 409 feet. Launched out of the park. 6-5 is the score. Io Torres got to go yard!
This is the game that never
We have tied this up again. 6-6.
God.
When I was talking earlier about crazy things happening on AJ streams, you it happens. It always happens.
It's true to brand.
Brew, it is. Christopher Brew grind out to the second baseman, and Werewolf grind out to third. So New Orleans gets the exact 2 runs they need. No more to win it, no less to lose it. And we head to the 14th with the game tied at 6 now.
My God. Burrow's gonna go down on strikes. Eater is up to 40 pitches now. Grissom McThornbody steps in. Willie Colon's gonna go. Sliding catch out there by Torrent. Robs extra bases. Claudera strikes out looking. We're going to the bottom of the 14th, everybody. Bottom of the 14th.
Van, if you are correct, and this does go for 18 innings, I don't know what I can do, but something's, I don't know. Travis Abner.
I will pay you my payment for this game if you correctly predict that.
Travis Hafner walked. Ortega went down on strikes. Gustav Beauregard with a base hit. First and third for Paulo DeStefano Jr. Diving stop by the first baseman. Throw on to first. And that is out number 2, Naz Hamed. Long game drive to left field. This could do it. It's gone. Naz Hamed is going to walk it off with the 3-run long ball. 373 feet, and this game is over after 14 innings. Naz Hamed, the hero of the game. We were tied at 4-4 after regulation, tied at 6-6 after 13 innings, and then in the 14th, bottom of the 14th, Naz Hamed walk off 3-run homer off of Nolan Noah to end it.
Great line, by the way.
Oh man, yeah, man.
Just hitting the Providence.
Wow. Because this went for so long, we're not going to cover the box score too much, but I imagine Naz Hamed's going to be player of the game. Let's take a look at the decisions. Nolan Noah gets the loss, McThornbody the win, Luke Wright the blown save, and Noah's going to be Giannis Krustis, who is the player of the game. Krustis, 4 for 7 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs, 2 of the 4 hits homers, a solo shot, and a 2-run bomb. And Joe Burrow will tie the Providence regular season extra inning game record for strikeouts with 5, as a side note. What a game.
Loss and Demons. Demons will get themselves a win, 6-5, though the Sloths tried their hand at coming back in the 9th. Hey, 2 for 3 day with 2 runs, an RBI, and a walk by Chovy. On the side of Detroit, what a day by Haywood Dinkle. 3 hits, a run, and 4 RBIs. What a day indeed. On the pitching side, King George III will take the loss, their 3rd of the season. Dirk Diggler with the win, their 4th. Jansen Crenshaw with the hold, riding dirty with the save. Haywood Dinkle be your player of the game.
A big thank you to Valor for subscribing once again to the PBE Sim Twitch channel. Much appreciated for the sub. 6-1 is the finals. The Nashville Stars take down the Boise Raptors here. It's going to be a close, not a close game, 6-1. 2 RBIs on a 2-for-4 day for Bongo Lulanga. 2-for-4 with 2 RBIs as well for Boostwell. Fry with a couple of hits and an RBI. Boise will get their 1 RBI from Parker Beecham on a solo shot in the 2nd inning off of Giovanni Sanchez, who gets their 5th win, improving to 5-0. 8.1 innings, giving up only 1 run on 1 hit, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Chank Daly will get the loss for Boise, falling to 4-1. And Giovanni Sanchez will be your player of the game. Only giving up a solo shot and 3 walks in 8.1 innings is a really incredible outing for the starting pitcher from Nashville.
Vandals and Supernovas. Vandals will sneak out a win, 3-2, scoring all those runs in the first half of the game. 2 for 3 day with 2 RBIs by Dan King. On the Sarasota side, got a couple of multi-hit days from Washington and Den Boys, both racking up 2 hits apiece. On the pitching side, Takahashi will take the win, their 1st of the season, 7 and a 3rd innings, 1 run. 10 strikeouts though. Warner will take the loss, their 6th of the season, giving up 3 runs in 5 innings of work. Emilia Takahashi will be your player of the game.
Good job, Glims. And we have the Seattle Sea Serpents taking down the Outer Banks Aviators here. 4-3 is the final. They went to extra innings as well. Walk-off run-scoring double by Kristov Kripokrasov will be the game winner. Kripokrasov went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Adam Malott went 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Klausberg and Canning goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Already hit the milestone for doubles, so they're just going to have two home runs instead this game. Royd Walrus with the blown save, Hunter Sky with the loss. DeMarco will get the win for Seattle in relief, 1.2 perfect innings. But it's Booze Gooser who gets the player of the game on the start, 6.1 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks and striking out 11. Well done, Jabs. There we go.
On to the Surge and the Scorpions. Scorpions are going to win barely 3-2 in this one. A 4-for-4 day by Danny Gonzalez with a run and an RBI as well. On the Death Valley side, 2-for-4 day with 2 runs and an RBIs by Mike Boss Jr. On the pitching side, Digger Jr. will take the loss, their 4th of the season, giving up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Herbie Farnworth with the win, 7 and a third, 2 runs, 15 strikeouts for Farnworth. Troy Preston with their 3rd hold, Baxter with the save. Herbie Farnworth will be your player of the game. And Herbie Farnworth ties the champions regular season game record for strikeouts with 15.
Good job, Simo. And then we have the Cancun Toros taking down the New York Voyagers here. 7-4 is the final. 2 hit ball games each for Carter, Batista, Witt, and Myth on the side of Cancun. 3 of those, Batista, Witt, and Myth, all had 2 RBIs as well. New York has a 3-for-4 day with an RBI from Kirk Swerve. Tom, she was talking earlier about 0 for games, and unfortunately another one for Shu there. Johnny Toasties with the loss for New York. Molly Mitchell with the win for Cancun, improving to 2-3. Jackson Waller gets the 3-inning shutout save. And Vladimir Batista will be your player of the game for that one. I'm enjoying chat right now.
Makos and Indy will win 4-3 in this one. Multi-hit days going 2-for-4 by Dawson Jr. and Harwell. Both of them picking up some RBIs as well. On the Indy side, Mouse, the leadoff man, going 3-for-5 with 2 runs and an RBI. 3-for-2 for Eagle Eyes in the bottom of the order as well. On the pitching side, Hiramochi will take a no decision in this one. These Huevos will take a loss and a blown save. Dion with the win, their 5th of the season. Ichinos with the save. Sack Mouse will be your player of the game.
Power dropping a Nimrods in the chat.
Oh,
That's a big one. I wanted to check. Did Stefano Jr. Oh my gosh, Stefano. We watched this game. I wanted to see.
No,
We're keeping
nothing.
an eye on Stefano Jr. and Orem.
Nothing.
And
Absolutely
nothing
nothing.
for Orem either. Yeah, nothing for Orem either.
Aura went like over.
Yeah, that's tough. We'll head on down to the minors to take a look at these games. We'll start off with the Dynamos taking down the Dallas 9-2. 11 hits for Dallas, 2 hits for Amarillo. It looks like Chris Davis with a 2-run homer for Amarillo will be the only 2 RBIs for the Dillos. Dallas, on the other hand, gets RBIs from almost everyone in the lineup. 7 of the 9 hitters getting an RBI on the day. A lot of people contributing in this one. 2-for-3 day with 3 runs and 2 RBIs, though, for Nick Fielder. Yep, Nick Fielder. With a great day at the plate. Becky Quinn will get the win for Dallas, improving to 2-3 with 6.1 shutout innings. And Spruce Butter will finish off the day. Gambit Panda will take the loss for Amarillo. Becky Quinn will be your player of the game here in Dallas.
Kingpins, Wheelers. Wheelers will win this one 4-2, despite a comeback try by Chicago. A couple of hits all around for Chicago. Home run coming off the bat of Strong Arm. On the Anchorage side, a 3-for-3 day by Tedford Woofington. though no runs or RBIs to show for it as well. On the pitching side, McPitchy Face takes the loss, their third of the season, 6 1/3 for earned. Hartman with the win, their fifth of the season, having a really good season. Balto with the hold, and Noah Hartman, starter for Anchorage, will be your player of the game.
We have the Firehawks versus the Swift Steeds. California winning this one 5-1. 3 runs in the 6th for California. 2 RBIs for Sawyer Stern on a 1-for-3 day. O'Steele, Larson, and McGuire each with 2 hits. State College gets 1 hit from 6 of the 9 batters. Sampson the only one with an RBI on the side of State College, and Argyle the only one to score. Alexander Benjamin will get the loss. Poor Hummus. He doesn't deserve this.
No, don't say poor Hummus. He deserves it.
5.1 innings for Alexander Benjamin, giving up 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 walks, falling to 0-5 on the season. Mrs. Dirk will get the win for California, 7.2 innings, no earned runs given up on 6 hits and 2 walks. Great day on the mound for the future Vandal. And Aaron Beckett will get the 5th save for California, Legion of Slugs. Well done in relief there. Mrs. Dirk will be the player of the game.
Coming back in here, Root City will win 9-6 against the Lemurs. A 2-4 day with a run and 3 RBIs by Rockout with your Crocs out. My favorite names to come of this most recent draft class. Branwell with a 2-for-4 day with 2 runs and 3 RBIs on the side of Louisville. On the pitching side, we got Marvel and Hain taking no decisions in this one. Young with the win, Jet with their 4th hold, Bonita with the loss. Chase Branwell will be your player of the game.
Not a great start for my player. Sad days. Kansas City Hepcats will down the Florida Flamingos 7-2 here with 4 runs in the 8th and 3 in the 2nd. Really concentrating their runs to those 2 innings. Halverson and Brizzo, the only 2 RBIs for Florida. Brizzo and Datamax, the only ones with multiple base hits. Kansas City will get 3 RBIs from Kent Murphy III and at least 1 hit from almost everyone on the roster. Only Jacob Minion, unfortunately, did not get a hit on the side of Kansas City. Kane with 3 of them, though, and Sile with 2 RBIs and 2 hits. Patey will get the win for Kansas City, while Garfield gets the save, 3 perfect innings. And Bleedy will get the loss for Florida, followed at 3-2. Ren Sile will be your player of the game for this one. And that will do it for the minors. And that will bring us into May 18th, which is another quick sim. So go ahead and finish off today, and we're just looking at minors games, it looks like, as there's no majors games for May 18th. So we'll go ahead and auto sim them, and Moosey will start us off with the Hepcats and the Flamingos.
Flamingos take a beating to the Hepcats, winning 12-2, hitting them with that decade of extra runs on them. 3-for-4 day by Dustin Johnson on the side of Kansas City. On Florida's side, the bottom of the order all getting 2 RBIs apiece. Jeff the Giraffe with 2 runs, 2 hits to go along with those. On the pitching side, Hankey with the loss, their 3rd of the season, only going 2/3 of an inning. Ooh, a bullpen was tested today, that is for sure. Parsons with their 4th win of the season, and Avithany Brizzo will be your player of the game.
And we're going to take a look at the Firehawks taking down the State College Swift Steeds in a close match. 5-4 is the final. California edging this one out. 3 RBIs for McGuire, the 3rd baseman, Stubby McGuire, going 2 for 3. And Nelson, Billy Nelson, will go 3 for 4 with an RBI at the bottom of the order. On the side of State College, we have 2 hits each from Ayers and Knox. Knox with 1 of the 3 RBIs, the other 2 being accredited to Eshelman and Williams, Scott Williams. catcher. We have the both starters having no decisions, legalized tampering, and James Gordon. Neither one of them getting a decision. Gordon with a quality start though. Aaron Beckett will get the win but the blown save. Interesting combination there. And Luke, what you made me do will get the loss for State College. Stubby McGuire will be your player of the game. Oh,
Walk off in extras
oh,
by
that's
the
rough.
Lemurs, winning 8-7. A run scoring double by Hendricks off of Winnie the Pabst. I have to say Brew City has some fantastic bot names. A couple of three-hit days by Condradio and Frankenstero. Gosh, some of these names are getting harder. You're not a minor league GM for one season, and everything gets out of whack. Three-hit days on the side of Louisville by Bronwell and Hendricks. Lots of RBIs all around. On the pitching side, both starters, of course, taking no decisions as this went into extra arms with a hold loss and a blown save to Young. And King Julian will take the win, and Justice Hendricks will be your player of the game.
And then we have the Anchorage Wheelers taking down the Chicago Kingpins. Close game, 10-9. Kingpins almost made the full comeback there in the top of the ninth with 5 runs, including a grand slam by Hayden Andrews, who goes 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs on the day, 2 runs scored. Wayne Shorzy 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Donnie Applegate with a couple of RBIs. Anchorage Wheelers have Bobby Roode going 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored and 4 RBIs and 2 walks. Great day at the plate for Bobby Roode. And you have 3 RBIs from Whitmore and 2 from Jones Jr. Michaels will take the loss for Chicago, while Cap Penalty will take the win for Anchorage, improving to 4 and 2. And then we have Beta Bombs, getting their 4th save on the season for the Wheelers. Bobby Roode will be your player of the game.
In the last minor league game of the day, we see the Emerald Armadillos going down 5-0 to the Dallas Dynamos. Only 5 hits mustered by Amarillo. 2 of them coming off the bat of Velasquez. On the side of Dallas, a 2 for 4 day by Dennis McLaughlin and a 2 for 3 day by Willie Mays Hayes. On the pitching side, Fank will take the loss, their first of the season, giving up 4 runs in 5 innings. Fernando Jose with the win, and Fernando Jose will be your player of the game. So close to the 3-inning save, I'm sad.
Very close. That'll do it for the 18th. We'll go ahead and head on into May 19th, where we have our third streamed game of the day and our third primetime game of the day, that being the New York Voyagers versus the Buffalo Surge. Pax Abity are on the mound for New York, and you need to calm down on the mound for the Surge. Suggested bet is who wins. Whether or not they go with the suggested bet or the spread on this one, we'll see. But here are some stats from our stat team. It would be foolish to rate either team as having the upper hand over the other this year, as both have the same winning record and the same number of home games so far at time of writing, with both of these teams sharing a division with Providence, yet another contender to make the playoffs. The stakes of this series are quite high. However, the Voyagers win their average game by a .3 run margin, whereas the average game for Buffalo is a .4 run loss. In addition, Buffalo is 4-20 against New York the last 2 seasons. That would give the Voyagers the edge. But bear in mind that this series is being played in Buffalo. Channel points are live. Who wins, Voyagers or Surge? Make sure that you get your vote in. New York is still in a transition period as they attempt to keep their batting young and their pitching from falling apart, having lost W. Edom Boys and Rusty Kuntz from the lineup, and Bobby Daring, Cletus McFloridaman, and Pork Torkelton from the pitching side. On the batting side, signing Ignacio Encarnacion and calling up Duizo Paza almost made up for the losses. For pitching, 3 free agents were signed: Vivi Zielman, Johnny Toasties, and Tony Gunk. Buffalo is in a different transition as they attempt to become contenders. Yudo Kira Cloudera, Ignacio Encarnacion, and Wendell Meredith all departed the Surge in various ways and represent a pretty big void to fill. However, they seem to have managed that with big acquisitions of Rusty Kuntz, Rob Cena Jr., and Victor Herrera. From pitching, Hunter Havoc, Fumikage Tokiyami, and Armando Velasquez are all gone, though these changes were overall a massive improvement in talent. Lucky Ocharo was brought over from Nashville, and PM Scram and Big Sexy were called up. This is the first time Encarnacion and Kuntz faced each other's old teams on stream this year. Pax Abadir comes into this game sporting a 1.0 whip and allowing a opponent batting average of just 129 against lefties, which comprise the Buffalo roster. Almost there's four lefties on the Buffalo side, it looks like, making that even more impressive. His starts have been against teams with a combined record of 54 and 41. You need to calm down. On the other hand, is doing less well with a 5.13 ERA, and his agent now campaigning for tampering to be legal just so someone will talk to him. That said, expect him to silence the Voyagers with a high volume of strikeouts, as 1/3 of his at bats against lefties end in end in a strikeout. So looking at these two teams, Moosey, is there anyone that you're keeping an eye on here?
Barbados Slim and Benny Rodriguez have had really good success against To Calm Down. Shu as well, going 18 for 40 with 4 home runs, but he is on a streak of some overs. So we will get to see that live, which would be very fun, but also very annoying for one schoolboy Shu. A lot of young talent on both sides as well. To Calm Down has kind of fallen from grace from their years in Indianapolis. Uh, and Abadir, a recent change over to starting pitcher, was a reliever in their time in the minor leagues and a little bit in the majors. Um, this definitely seems to be one of the more even matchups, at least on paper. We'll see how that turns out when the game goes. Because with the spread we had last game, people thought, oh, New Orleans would win by a fair bit, but it took extra innings and a lot of extra innings in order for that game to end. So hopefully this game ends in regulation, please.
Yeah, we still got two more games after this one to stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to Casey Colby for the stats on this one. And I'm pretty sure I thanked Gingerface for the first two, but just in case I forgot on the second one, thank you, Gingerface, for the stats on those two games as well. We got a game to get to, and the predictions are closed at exactly 50% of the votes. 4.1 thousand channel points headed in both directions. So this is kind of a 50-50 coin flip, and I think that that's kind of a uh, fairly accurate representation of these two teams. So we're going to get on into game with Moosey taking us into game with the New York Voyagers against You Need to Calm Down on the mound.
Look, I didn't mean to start all of these games. It just happened.
I'm starting the
Barbados
last two, so
Slim
it's fine.
steps up against To Calm Down. He's going to take a lead-off walk on 5 pitches. They'll bring up Benny Rodriguez. He's going to try one into left field. Drops just in front of the fielder. Slim puts on the Jets as he rounds second base in order to get to third. Kirk Swerve going to fly one into left field. They're going to test it. Oh, but Barbados Slim is a little too swift on the base paths as he will get in a sac fly. And Kirk Swerve going to bring up Tom Shu. Shu ain't going to go 0 for today. He will drive one into the gap, getting himself a double. He'll bring up Daytona. Daytona going to fly one into right field. Caught out there. Going to test it at the plate. Safe. A sacrifice fly by Jackie Daytona.
Shu got a hit!
Bring in Benny Rodriguez.
I'm sorry, I was
Bring
eating
up
something.
Mark Wolf Ruff gonna fly one over into left field for the third out. New York, 2-0 off of a couple of sac flies. Some good base running. Gets them the runs.
You just need your game to be shown on stream, Shu. That's the only thing. Victor Herrera is going to ground out to Pax Abadir. It's going to be Danny Gonzalez drawing a walk on a 3-2 count. Ruben Ramirez is going to watch as Danny Gonzalez takes off for second and gets gunned down, caught stealing by Encarnacion, the former Surge member. And Ruben Ramirez will ground out, and that is going to end the inning. Minimum amount of batters faced for Pax Abadir as we head to the top of the second, still 2-0.
Encarnacion gonna fly one into center field. Easy catch out there by Rob Cena Jr. Peter Pretzelman strikes out swinging. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Weasel Paza, to face to calm down. Comes in. Paza skies one high into center field. Easy catch out there by Cena Jr. Will end the bottom of the second here.
Rusty Kuntz is going to ground out to the shortstop, Peter Pretzelman. Spikak high pop fly, and Pretzelman will take care of that one as well. Hudson Lane, high pop fly. Will it be Pretzelman 3 for 3? Nope, it's going to be the third baseman, Bark Bark Woof Ruff, who takes care of that one. But a quick 1-2-3 inning. Pax Abadir getting out of this one very quickly and heading back to the dugout. Top of the third coming up.
For the order for New York, Slim gonna drop one just in front of the plate. He'll beat it out. Man's got some wheels. Benny Rodriguez gonna line one into right field. That'll bring up Swerve. Slim is off and running. Looked like he had a little bit of a stutter step there, but he will be safe. Swerve will strike out, swinging 2 outs. Runners on second now for Tom Shu. He's gonna ground one over to the third baseman, throw across the diamond for the third out. New York is still up. It's a shame Shu couldn't have gotten out in the last inning, but you know.
It's going to be Caesar Suave with a quick ground out to the second baseman Slim for out number 1. Geronimo Scheidermay goes down on strikes, and now it's going to be Rob Cena Jr. with the base paths empty and 2 away. Here's the pitch from Abadir. Ground ball to second, over to first in a 1-2-3 inning. Buffalo goes down very quickly. We head to the top of the fourth. New York still leading 2-0.
5-hole hitter Jackie Daytona gonna step in. Is gonna drop one into left field for a lead-off single. Bring up Bark Bark Woof Ruff. That is a terrifying face, Jen. Please get it off the screen as fast as possible. We'll fly out to center field. That'll bring up Encarnacion. Encarnacion's gonna hit a long one into center field, and that one will be gone. 2-run home run by Ignacio Encarnacion. Over 449 feet. Given a lead doubled to 4-0. That'll bring up Pretzelman. Pretzelman's going to get called out on strikes for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Paza. Paza will also strike out in this one. 4th strikeout of the day. Lights calm down. He's had a bit of a rough one, giving up a 2-run shot and 2 sacrifice flies.
Victor Herrera, the leadoff hitter for Buffalo, back up, and that's going to be an infield hit for Herrera. First hit of the ball game for the Surge. Danny Gonzalez gets hit by the pitch, the sinker ball. Getting a little bit out of control there is Abadir. Ruben Ramirez with a high fly ball into left field, but a routine grab for Rodriguez. First and second with 1 out now for Rusty Kuntz, and it is a stolen base attempt, and thrown out at third is Herrera. Throw to second on the stolen base by Gonzalez. That one's going to be a successful steal, but Rusty Kuntz will fly out to center to end the inning. We head to the top of the 5th, still 4-0 Voyagers.
Barbados Slim, top of the order coming up. Slim hits one over to the first baseman. He's got a hustle there to get the out. I'll bring up Benny Rodriguez. Flies one into center field. Easy catch by Cena Jr. I'll bring up Swerve. Swerve's going to bounce one in front of the catcher. Will make the play at first for the third out. 1-2-3 inning for Voyager.
It's going to be Spikak, the catcher, first up, going down on strikes. Pax Abadir with strikeout number, Spikak with strikeout number 20 on their season. Pax Abadir striking out number 3 on the game as they strike out Hudson Lane on the knuckle curve. And it's going to be Caesar Suave, the second baseman, who is going to... No, that's going to be stopped from rolling into third baseman, but Bark Bark Woof Ruff could not handle the ball. He gets redemption on the next one hit to him, though, as Geronimo Scheidermay will go down on the ground out. And with a 4-0 lead, New York is going to get a chance to extend their lead here in the top of the 6th.
So bring up Tom Shu. Shu's going to hit one over to shortstop for the first out. That'll bring up Jackie Daytona. Daytona's going to ground one over to third baseman. Has to make a quick throw to get the second out. Bark Bark Woof Ruff going to hit one over to the first baseman. Tosses to the pitcher, covering the bag for the third out. Another 1-2-3 inning here. Just to calm down is kind of calm down, per se.
And Buffalo needs to average 1 run per inning the rest of the way just to tie this game up. As Rob Cena Jr. goes down the ground out, and Victor Herrera will fly out to straightaway center. Surge got to get something going here, and Danny Gonzalez is going to get hit by the pitch for the second time this game. A few bruises going to be there in the morning, but a pick off. Don't see that every day. Gonzalez gets picked off of first, and that will bring us to the top of the seventh. New York looking to further their lead.
Buffalo base running, not looking great today. Encarnacion will take the walk to lead off the seventh. Bring up Pretzelman. Pretzelman's going for the bunt! Oh, but it's a bad bunt as they go for the fielder's choice. They'll bring up Pazza. Pazza's going to drop one into right field. Pretzelman will go first to third. That'll bring up Slim. Slim's going to sky one into left field. Another sacrifice fly opportunity. The throw comes in. It will not be in time. Pretzelman is in easily. New York tacks on another run. Bring up Benny Rodriguez. Rodriguez will go down on strikes as Big Sexy comes into the game. Please let him stay out here. I want to heckle Negs as much as humanly possible.
Time for the stretch as we head to the bottom of the seventh. 5-0 is the lead for New York. Ruben Ramirez grounds out to first base, unassisted out. Rusty Kuntz will get a base hit, though. The DH headed for second, and I don't know why you would head for second on that one when the ball is already in the fielder's hand by the time you're halfway to the second. Interesting base running decision, and Spikak will pop fly that one out, and that's going to end the seventh. We head to
Turn
the
the
top
base
of the
running
eighth.
aggressiveness slider down a little bit, will ya? Kirksdorf's going to ground one to the first baseman. That'll be Tom Shu. She's going to strike out swinging on that one. I'll bring up Daytona. Daytona's going to hit one over to the second baseman. Throw over for the third out. Buffalo has 6 outs to get essentially 6 runs if they want to win this game.
It's going to be Hudson Lane first up with a ground... Oh, not a ground out, as that one's going to get past the first baseman and seemingly all the way into the dugout, as winding up at second is Lane on what should have been a routine ground out. Cesar Suave gets on base with a single. Runners at the corners. Scheider May will go down on strikes. It's going to be Rob Cena Jr., the center fielder now, with runners at the corners and 1 out. Regnaleb Sievert enters the game, and a quick double play 5-4-3 will end the threat. When we get to the top of the ninth, Buffalo will have one more chance to score 5 runs at least in the bottom of the ninth.
Mark Wolf Ruff going to ground one over to the third baseman. That'll bring up Encarnacion. Encarnacion's going to get himself a single into center field. But it gets away from the center fielder.
Ooh.
I think Encarnacion's going to get himself onto second base. A walk to Pretzelman. It'll bring up Pazza. Pazza's going to fly one into center field. There's half to scamper back. That'll bring up Slim. Slim will strike out, swinging. No run scored here in the top of the ninth. Buffalo needs at least 5 in the bottom to tie or win this game.
It's going to be a tough road for them, but Victor Herrera, almost puts them on the right path. Almost had a home run there, but just shy of the wall. It's going to be a fly out. Danny Gonzalez will walk, and Ruben Ramirez will also draw a walk. Back-to-back ones for Regnaleb's issued by Regnaleb Sievert. Rusty Kuntz high fly ball into center field. The center fielder very casually strolling to where the ball is going to fall and taking care of it. Spikak high fly ball into left center field, and that is going to do it for us in Buffalo. 5-0 the final, as the New York Voyagers will topple the Surge easily with a shutout ball game. 2 for 3 was Cesar Suave. 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs was Ignacio Encarnacion. 2 more RBIs for Slim and Swerve. And Daytona had 1 as well. Sorry about that. 3 RBIs among the 3 of them, and then 2 for Encarnacion. Abadir gets the win, their 3rd of the season for New York. 7.1 shutout innings. Sievert finishes it off. You Need to Calm Down gets the loss, and Hax Abadir will be your player of the game. Excellent start for the New York pitcher.
Danny Gonzalez did not register an at-bat in that game. Got hit twice and walked twice.
Oh my god. Yeah, 0 for 0. That is an interesting one. You don't see that every day.
Well, talk about going over.
Man, a kid. Oh for everything.
Providence will down the Aviators 7-3 in this contest. Only 3 hits by the Aviators in this one. Uh, Coming off the bats of Riverboat, Berg Cannon, and Lowit Joe. On the side of Providence, a 2-for-3 day by Joe Burrow, which included a run. On the pitching side, Ripsbad will take the loss, his fourth of the season. 6 runs given up in 6 innings. Burley with the win, evening their win-loss record. In this one, Sportsboy 57 with the hold. George Washington Crab with the save. And Mark Murley, the start for Providence, will be your player of the game.
And we have the San Antonio Sloths downing the Boise Raptors here 7-6 in a walk-off fashion. It was 6-4 going into the ninth. And then Boise Raptors tied it up with 2 runs in the top of the ninth, and then Sloths just said, okay, we'll just walk it off. Solo home run by Pork Chop Sandwiches was the killing blow here. But 3 RBIs for San Antonio on a 2-for-5 ball game, and an RBI each for Matata, McDonald Jr., and Chovy will add on to that solo shot by Sandwiches. Boise Raptors get 3 RBIs, 1 each from Westfall Sabort and Pluto, and 2 from Sax Justice. And no extra base hits for Orem, who we are keeping an eye on. 2 singles on a 2-for-4 day. So good game at the plate, but no closer to those milestones that we're looking at. Jenkins Miller gets their first loss of the season in relief for Boise, while Mrazek gets the win in the blown save for San Antonio. Acuna Matata will be your player of the game.
I swear Orem's going to get an extra base hit, but it's going to be a triple.
Oh no, the Vandals, no!
Makos will win 10-4 over the Vandals. Don't worry. I got you,
6-1-6.
AJ. Emerson pulling off 8-3 for 4 day with a run and 3 RBIs. 3 RBIs coming off of the bat of John Camden as well. Tacking more onto that homer run board for him. On the side of Vancouver, 2-for-4 day by Sam Andrews, which included 2 RBIs. On the pitching side, Len Kagamine will take the win, their first of the season. Pat Rogers will take the loss, their 6th of the season. 8 earned runs over 5 innings. Marcus Emerson will be your player of the game.
And we have the Death Valley Scorpions taking down the Cancun Toros here. 4-3 is the final. And it was a 3-1 ball game through 6 innings in favor of the Toros. The Death Valley Scorpions came back in the later innings to win it. 2 RBIs each for Jacob and Doctor on the side of Death Valley. 3 hits each for Doctor and Duncan. Cancun gets 2 RBIs on a 1-for-4 day from Steve Rogers, and Ace Carter will add on a solo shot as well. Myth goes 2-for-3. DJ Law gets a loss and a blown save for Cancun, while Troy Preston gets the win for Death Valley, and Busta Baxter will get their second save of the season. Jay Doctor will be your player of the game.
Demons will take down the Stars, score of 5-3. On Nashville side, a 2-for-3 day with a run and 2 RBIs by Jason Buswell. On Detroit's side, a 2-for-3 day by Drakenberg. 3 RBIs coming off the bat of Jimmy Blamo. On the pitching, Mixon will take the loss, their first of the season, giving up 5 runs, 4 earned in 5 innings. Duckworth Lewis with the win, their third. Palmer with the hold, Ryan Dirty with the save. Duckworth Lewis, the starter for Detroit, will be your player of the game.
Then we have the Indianapolis Apex taking down the Sarasota Supernovas 6-1. A streak of 5 straight innings with 1 run in them from the Apex in those middle innings. 2 RBIs and 2 hits and 2 runs scored, all for Jimbo Slice, and an RBI each for Parmalee, Quinn, and Franco. Total of 5 hitters on the Apex with multi-hit games. Sarasota, on the other hand, only musters 4 hits and 1 RBI. The 1 RBI coming from Olsen, 4 hits coming from the top 3, and the number 9 hitters in their order. Bolanos gets the win for Indianapolis, going 8.1 and only giving up 1 run. And Lefty Bones will get their 6th loss on the season for Sarasota. Eric Bolanos will be your player of the game. Excellent day on the mound for Bolanos.
Rougarous will get a win against Seattle 5-4 and a walk-off solo home run by Todd Hafner. A 2-for-5 day by Anita Farninghouse, 4-for-3 with a run and 3 RBIs for Davis Campbell. Oh, would you look at that?
We
DiStefano
got
Jr. picks
something.
up a stolen base. That's all he could get. No runs on this one, but he's one away from 400 now. 2-for-4 day by Vito Valley as well. On the pitching side, starters will take no decisions in this one. Poor Triplet will take the loss, giving up that solo home run in the bottom of the ninth. Yeater with the win, their third of the season. Davis Campbell will be your player of the game.
And that will do it for the majors. We'll take a look at the minors, and we'll start off with the Brew City Bears getting a win over the Louisville Lemurs here. Bears improving to 15-9 on the season with this win. 2 runs in the ninth. 5-0 is the final. Uh, no lack of hitting for either team, actually. Both of them with 8 hits. Louisville had 3 from Hendricks, 2 from Bonds, and 1 each from the top third of their order. They couldn't string them together as well as the Bears, it looks like. Bears had 3 hits from Stevie Steve, and then their RBIs came from Honda, Steve, Crocs out, and Stradley. Will Millis will get the win for Bruce City, going 5 shutout innings. Schlitz and the Pabst will both get holds, their second of the season each, and McCoy will get their fourth loss for Louisville. And Woe Millis will be your player of the game with those 5 shutout innings.
Chicago and Wheelers will keep rolling at this one. 8-4 victory for them, getting their win streak to 5. A 3-for-5 day by Wayne Shorzy, 3 runs for drop tables players. On the Anchorage side, 3-for-4 day with a run and 3 RBIs and a walk by Jose 43 Sr., the lead-off hitter. 2 RBIs and 3 hits apiece for Wolfington and Rude in the heart of the lineup. Rodriguez Jr. will take the loss, their third of the season, only going 3 1/3, giving up 6 runs. Somerville with the win, their 5th of the season. Dudley with the save. Jose 43 Sr. will be your player of the game.
Kansas City Hepcats will down the Flamingos here 7-4, out hitting them 15-10. 3-hit ball game for a young M. Cabrera with 2 RBIs and an RBI each for Bufflin and the Giraffe on the side of Florida. Kansas City has a 1-for-4 day, but 4 RBIs for Kane. David Kane, the left fielder, had a grand slam in the 5th inning off of Bloodshine and also got a double also in the 5th inning. So they hit around, 6 runs in the 5th inning. And a double and a home run both in the same inning. Oh wait, no, that's Dustin Johnson. I don't know why I thought that was Kane. Dustin Johnson with a double in the 5th inning, but Kane with the grand slam in the 5th inning, both off of Bloodshine. I don't know why I thought that was Kane for both of those. And we have Mosley with the win for Kansas City, improving to 2-1. Evil Dictator will get the 3rd save of the season for Kansas City, and Vernal Bloodshine will get your 2nd loss for Florida, falling to 3-2 on the season. Jacob Minion, though, will be your player of the game. Minion goes 4-for-4 with an RBI and a run scored for Kansas City.
Twisties and Firehawks with these will win this one 11-7. 5 RBIs coming from the bat of Shark Puppet. One of them being a grand slam. And the other one, I would assume being probably like an RBI ground out or something.
Yeah,
On
I'm
the
not seeing
side
those.
of California, multi-hit days for Tree Martinez, Johnson, and McGuire, with multi RBIs from the bottom of the order. On the pitching side, Thompson will take the loss. What You Made Me Do will take the win. T2 with the save, and Brian Eshelman will be your player of the game.
And the last minors game of the day is going to be the Dallas Dynamos taking down the Amarillo Armadillos. I'm losing my mind today. A walk off.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this was 7-4 going into the bottom of the ninth. And then the Dallas Dynamos just decided we're going to score
There
four
was
runs and walk it off.
a run scoring hit by pitch, a 2-run single, and a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, that's wow. Quite a bit of hitting for Dallas right when it counts. 3 for 5 day for Dennis McLaughlin, 3 RBIs for Flanaball, and 3 hits each for Groves and Hayes on the side of Dallas. Amarillo has 3 RBIs for Rage. I believe that's Adam Rage. Yep, Adam Rage, who goes 1 for 4 on the day. 2 RBIs for Chris Davis, and 2 hits, 2 runs for Ezra Oatmeal. Chartopelhauser will get the hold for Amarillo. Hepcat with the loss and the blown save. And then Marin Rodriguez will get the win for Dallas. Willie Mays Hayes, though, will be your player of the game, going 3 for 3 with 2 runs, an RBI, and a walk for Dallas. And that will do it for the minors. And that will do it for May 19th as we head on into May 20th, and we do have a game to. I need to save. I haven't saved for a bit. Head into May 20th. We do have a streamed game, that being the Indianapolis Apex versus the Sarasota Supernovas. And this is the only game that we are streaming live today that is not a primetime game.
Oh,
And we don't have stats for it either. So,
oh,
are you looking at the
uh,
head-to-heads? Is that what you're looking at? Is that what you're humming in?
a little bit.
Yeah, tale of two teams here. This is the World Series champion Indianapolis Apex versus a rebuilding Sarasota Supernovas that are very, very early in their rebuild. So like you can see on the side of the Supernovas, you've got like 3 players that are overall ranked like 30-ish, in the 30s, and you got Josh Smaxson, the starting pitcher, as an overall of 20. Meanwhile, on the Apex, I don't think anyone is under. One person is under 60, that being equalized, but everyone else is 60 or above. So quite a I don't know. Anything can happen, but I think that the odds are very heavily in favor of the Apex here. What about you, Moosey?
It's gonna be interesting. Um, we've seen weirder, but sometimes when you're facing a weaker opponent, you play down a little bit to them. But it would be very interesting to see this. And we have an over under home runs as our little line here. Over under 2.5. Uh,
So make sure to get in
this
your
is
predictions.
yeah, this
For
is
certain.
definitely a very opposite team match here. You got the reigning World Series champions and the reigning wooden spoon havers. Have you never heard of that before?
I have not heard of that before, I have to
So
say.
the team that has the worst record is, instead of like a trophy or something like that, like because a lot of uh sports have, like, for example, the NHL is the President's Trophy, so the most points and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, they get the wooden spoon as consolation.
Gotcha. Okay,
So,
I follow now. Well, this is interesting. I just went on the index because I was like, are these? Because we were looking at the chat mentioned the 21 overall pitcher, and Shu said that Smaxson has less than 200 TPE. And so I was curious, and I was like, are these the number 4 pitchers in the rotation? Because like a 200 TPE pitcher, you would think you'd want to slot at the end of your rotation, if you have that as a major league team, considering that there are so many more pitchers that are over 200 TPE. But I went and looked at the index, and while Shifty Lagoose is the last starting pitcher in the Apex rotation, that's not the case for Josh Smaxson. They're number 2 in the rotation, which I don't know how that's happening.
hmm,
Like, they have the same amount of games played at 19 going into the sim. was I think there must have been maybe a skipped start. I think the Apex actually did have a skipped start. I think Dion had a skipped start at earlier on in the season due to pitching and relief. I think so. I think that's why we see the 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 difference between these two. But still, that's number 2 overall in your rotation is a 200 TPE pitcher. That really kind of speaks volumes about where you're at in the rebuild. You're really still early in that rebuild, and eventually the Supernovas are going to get better due to having hopefully having multiple hits on kind of very early picks in the draft, and you got to kind of build through that draft. But they're in a tough position right now, so uh, we are I think ready to head on into game with the over under home runs at fairly even split. 53% of the votes heading for the over, 47% heading for the under. But here we go. I think we are ready to head on into game. And Moosey, you said you were starting the first 3, but don't worry, I'm starting the next 2. So we will go ahead and head on into game with Josh Smaxson on the mound versus Shifty Lagoose. It's going to be Smaxson taken to the mound first against the Indianapolis Apex starting lineup, the World Series champs. Here we go. Zach Mouse up first, and that's going to be a grounder second. Over to first, quick out. Jimbo slice high fly ball into straightaway center field, and the center fielder Onedo is going to come in and grab that one. Giant Tsunami will line that right to Onedo, and a 1-2-3 inning for the 21 overall rated Josh Smaxson. We head to the bottom of the first. Sarasota up for their first time at the plate against Shifty Lagoose.
BJ Foe gonna lead things off here. Will strike out against Lagoose. Will bring up the catcher, a cardboard cutout of Derek Jeter. He's gonna get himself a ground ball over to the shortstop. Good throw. We'll get the second out. Zach Washington will grab one over to third. 1-2-3 inning.
Miscalling for nerfs to Josh Smaxson. Oh no, Dustin Parley, base hit into right field. There's the first nerf to Josh Smaxson, base hit. Bend over with a long fly ball, and that's going to get over the head of Onedo. Back-to-back hits for the Apex. Here we go. This is the nerfs coming in. Sailor Twift, grounder third base over to first for out number 1. Jody Quinn, the runners on second and third with 1 out, is going to fly that into deep center field. That's going to be ruled as a sacrifice fly because Parmalee will come in to score. Still have a runner in scoring position, but with 2 outs now for Eagle Eyes, the hot-hitting DH. 355 average on the season, but it will go down as a ground out to the first baseman will end the inning. Apex will get 1 on the sac fly by Jody Quinn. We head to the bottom of the second. Sarasota Supernovas looking to tie it up.
Weedham boys will step in a fly one into left center. Center fielder calls it a hit. Bring up Olsen. Olsen's going to pop one back behind the plate. Catcher will run over to get it. Will be popping, going to swing through one. Or at least strike out. Another 1-2-3 inning here for the Goose.
Smaxson steps back onto the mound to face down Wonder Franco, the shortstop. Franco will immediately ground out to the shortstop of the Supernovas. Zach Mouse will draw a walk here. Runner on first for Jimbo Slice. Grounder to shortstop over to second for 1, but no relay throw from Weedem boys. And will be a fielder's choice. Tsunami will ground that down the line in right, all the way into the corner. And throwing into the second baseman, the relay throw. That's going to be a triple for Johnny Tsunami. An RBI as well. 2-0 Apex as it's Dustin Parmalee getting thrown out by the shortstop for out number 3. But the Apex will put up a second run on the board, doubling their lead to 2 now. We head to the bottom of the third with Sarasota looking to put some runs on the board.
Onedo gonna step into this one, grounds out to the second baseman. That'll bring up Joshua Vanderbilt. Grounds one to short for the second out. Rem Beverwinkle steps in, will strike out, swinging. Another 1-2-3 by Lagoose. This one we go top of the fourth. Indy still leading 2-9.
It's going to be Dover, Twift, and Quinn due up. Dover will line that right to Onedo for out number 1. Twift will draw a full count walk. That's walk number 2 issued by Smaxson today. Quinn with a base hit into center field. Now we have first and second for Eagle Eyes, the DH. That's going to get past the third baseman. That's going to be at least an RBI. Yep, it will be 3 nothing. Is the lead now for the Apex after the RBI single by Eagle Eyes. Wander Franco will go down on strikes. That's number 20 on the season for Franco. And number 1 on the day for Josh Smaxson. Zach Mouse, though, will ground out, and Apex will add another run. And earlier on today, we saw a streak of 5 innings with 1 run apiece from the Apex. They're looking to be on that same track here.
Lineup turns over as Foe's going to ground one down the right field line. He'll be in with a lead-off double. That brings out Derek Jeter. He will be out on strikes. Zach Washington will step in. High fly ball into center field. Will we see a tag? Foe's going to third. That'll bring up Dim Boys. Dim Boys going to get a single into center. That'll score a run. Sarasota is on the board with an RBI single off the bat of We Dim Boys. Jimmy Olsen's going to grab one over to first base, bring it to him, the bag himself for the third out. Still down by a pair, but Sarasota gets themselves a run and answers Indy.
Jimbo Slice with a base hit into left center field. That's going to be a double for Slice. And you know what I realized, too, is the Sarasota Supernovas are welcoming the Apex to the park. If you take a look in left center field, you'll see a poster that may reminisce, or a banner that may reminisce a little bit of the Apex branding. Taking off for second is of Derek Jeter, who gets on there with a stolen base. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Dustin Parmalee. And that will increase the lead to 5-1. It's a base hit for Dover, and that's going to bring Parmalee home to score. Now it's 6-1, as Indianapolis Apex are really starting to hit the ball well here in the 5th. They've been hitting the ball well so far through the last 3 innings, but already 3 runs here in the 5th, and they just now got their first out on the strikeout by Sailor Twift. Jody Quinn will draw a full count walk here. Eagle Eyes will get a base hit into center field, and coming around to score is Dover. Safe. That's going to be an RBI single for Eagle Eyes. Now 7-1 in favor of the Apex, and it's going to be Wander Franco, the shortstop. Jimmy Smithers entered the game earlier this inning, by the way, and that's going to be a fielder's choice by Franco. Walk drawn by Zach Mouse. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Apex. Jimbo Slice, ground ball to third, over to second, fielder's choice. Apex will bat around, and they'll score 4 times, increasing their lead 7-1.
A little bit of an uphill battle here. Will be popping. Will strike out on that one there. That'll bring up Victor Neto. Or 1-2. I don't know what it's actually supposed to be. Flies out to center field. That'll bring up Joshua Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's going to grab one over to the second baseman for the third out. That one. Sarasota's pitching really got to hold Indy down now. They're down by a bundle in this one.
It's going to be Giant Tsunami with a base hit. Apex now up to 11 hits on the day. It's going to be Dustin Parmalee drawing a walk now. Now we have runners on first and second, and it's going to be Dover. Grounder to second, over to second for 1. And no relay throw, fielder's choice. Sailor Twift, base hit into right. That's going to be an RBI. Heading for third is Dover, and he is safe. RBI single by Sailor Twift. Now runners at the corners for Jody Quinn. Ground ball to second, over to second for 1, and another fielder's choice. Probably could have made a play there over at first base, but no dice. It will be a run brought home, and Apex are now up 9-1. High pop fly into shallow right center field, but the second baseman, Dem Boys, is going to run on over and grab it to retire Eagle Eyes. 9-1 now, Apex, as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
And hole hitter Remember Winkle stepping into this one. Flies one into left center field. Easy catch out there. It'll bring up Foe. Foe's going to ground one over to the third baseman. Strong throw made to get him out at first. Harper cut of Derek Jeter. He's going to get one over the head of the center fielder. He'll be in with a 2-out double. That'll bring up Washington. He will strike out this man. And that will be another scoreless inning for Lagoose. We will go top 7.
Wonder Franco launches that one into left field, but doesn't have quite the velocity to get to make it over the wall. It's going to be a fly out. Zach Mouse will get an infield single as BJ Foe unable to make the play there. Jimbo Slice will draw a walk. Now we have first and second for Johnny Tsunami, who will also draw a walk. Jimmy Smithers still in the game after 2.1 innings. Nope, there we go. Robert Grimes has entered the game. Base hit for Parmalee. That's going to be an extra base hit and at least 2 RBIs, maybe 3. Heading for third is Parmalee. Safe. That's going to be ruled as a double. Advancing to third on the throw is Parmalee. 3 RBIs, bases clearing double. And Parmalee will wind up 90 feet from the plate. Dover goes down on strikes, and now it's Sailor Twift, the second baseman, who will draw a walk. And now it's going to be Jody Quinn with runners at the corners and 2 outs against Robert Grimes. High fly ball into center field, and taken care of is that one. That's going to be out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's time for the stretch. 12-1 Apex lead. This is going to be a tough hill to climb for the Novas.
The Whedon boy is gonna fly one. Shortstop ranges out to grab it. Jimmy Olsen skies one into center field. Bridging it is Tsunami to make that catch. Obi Poppin will strike out swinging. Shifty Lagoose is rolling in this one. I think the manager is just going to let him go.
It's going to be Eagle Eyes with a base hit into right. It's going to be Wonder Franco, the shortstop, up next against Grimes. Grounder to first base. And trotting on over to first base is Washington, taking care of it for out number 1. Zach Mouse with a base hit. Now it's first and third for Jimbo Slice with 1 out. Walk drawn on the 3-1 count by Jimbo Slice. Johnny Tsunami, bases loaded, 1 away. High fly ball into right center field. Does not have the distance. It will be a fly out, and the throw home is not in time. Safe is the runner. Scoring is Eagle Eyes. Mouse advances to third. It's going to be 13-1 now. Dustin Parmalee draws a walk, and now it's going to be Dover against Robert Grimes. Grounder to third, over to first, and that is going to be out number 3. Apex scorer for the 7th straight inning, making it a 13-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th now.
Your 1-2 gonna grab one over to the shortstop for out number 1. That'll bring up Vanderbilt. He will strike out swinging for out number 2. That will bring up the designated hitter, Brenton Nathan Beverwinkle. He's gonna fly one into left field. Easy catch out there by Mouse for the 3rd out of the inning. We go top of the 9th. See how many more runs Indy can tack on before he had to get back over to Sarasota.
You gotta think that this one is just about over. I think it's been over for a little bit, but Twift goes down on strikes. Quinn is gonna get a base hit into right center field all the way to the wall. That's gonna be a double by Quinn. Now in scoring position for Eagle Eyes. High pop fly to center field. And that's gonna be a caught baseball by Onedo. Wonder Franco goes down strikes. And we'll see if the Supernovas can tack on 12 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie it. Would be something wild to see.
It would be something fun to see.
It would be. It's going to be interesting.
Lagoose is going for the complete game in this one. He'll get a grounder to second off the bat of Foe. Derek Jeter is going to ground out to second as well. That'll bring up Washington. Washington watches strike 3 go past him. Indy will win this one 13-1 off of a complete game by Shifty Lagoose. Yeah, that was a game. 3 hits mustered by the entirety of Sarasota. The 1 run coming off the bat of Whedon Boys. 5 RBIs for Dustin Parmalee. Everyone but Wonder Franco got themselves a hit. So, Miz, you know what to do. Shifty Lagoose going the 9 innings, picking up their 3rd win of the day, only giving up that 1 run, getting 9 strikeouts. Smacks him with the loss, their 6th of the season, going 4 innings with 7 earned runs. And Dustin Parmalee will be your player of the game.
The over-under was 2.5 home runs, and we didn't see a single one. So interesting game there between Sarasota and Indianapolis. Head around the rest of the league. Voyagers do take down the Surge here 6-2. Both teams hitting well though. 11 hits for New York, 10 for Buffalo. 3 of those 10 hits belong to Victor Herrera on the side of the Surge. 2 for 4 ball game for Suave as well. New York has 3 hits each from Rodriguez and Swerve. Each one of them gained 2 RBIs. Encarnacion goes 2 for 4. Rolo takes the loss for Buffalo. Zillman the win for New York with a 7-inning, 2-run ball game. Tony Gunk gets their 4th save, going 2 innings, only giving up 2 walks. Benny Rodriguez, though, will be your player of the game, going 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored.
Crabs and Aviators. Crabs will win 11-1 in this one, scoring in bunches, including a 6-run inning. Only multi-hit day on the side of Adamaze came off the bat of Dub City. 4 RBIs for Vermont Lemon in the leadoff spot. 3 for 5 days by Ruiz and Burrow. Pitching to right will take their 2nd loss of the season, giving up 6 runs in 6 innings. Rich Evans with the win, their 4th of the season. 8 2/3, 1-run ball. Just couldn't let them take the complete game. How dare you? And Vermont Lemon will be your player of the game.
Then we have the San Antonio Sloths taking down the Boise Raptors here, 6-4. Lots of hits for both teams, 12 for the Sloths, 8 for the Raptors. And Orem goes over 5 as we're taking a look. Orem is one of the, for those of you who might be joining late, Orem is one of a couple players that we're keeping an eye on for milestones. Going into the sim, they were 4 doubles away from 300 and 2 home runs away from 200. And they're still at those numbers. So, rough sim so far for Orem, but 2 hits each for Blond and Westfall, 3 RBIs for Imenez, 2 hits each for Matata, McDonald Jr., and Sweetot. Khan gets the blown save, and Todoroki gets the win for San Antonio, while Timmy gets the loss for Boise. Chris Imenez will be your player of the game.
Vancouver will win this one 2-1, despite
This is...
being tripled up in hits.
That's
Sometimes
interesting.
he just got a hit at the right time. A 3 for 4 day
so.
by the Beef Johnson. Vancouver's RBIs come off the bat of King and O'Houlihan. Look at those double plays, man.
That's why right there.
That's why all those hits came. Alcott will take their 4th loss of the season. Johnson with the win. Fuji with their 4th save. Rafael Alcott, the starter for Maui, will be your player of the game. Weird.
Detroit Demons take down the Nashville Stars here, 9-4. 3 RBIs for Danny B, 2 for 5 ball game with 2 runs and 2 RBIs for Drachenberg. 2 RBIs each for Crashwagon and Berserker, all on the side of Detroit. Nashville has a 1 for 5 day with 2 RBIs for Bongo Luongo and a 3 for 4 day from Thomas Rose. K. Faraday will go 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run as well at the bottom of the Nashville order there. Hunter Havoc will take the loss for Nashville, while Walker Cato gets the win for Detroit. And Walker Cato will be your player of the game, 8.1 innings, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits, and striking out 8. And this one.
Burrows, Scorpions. Scorpions will take this one 8-3. Soren runs in bunches. A couple multi-hit days for a Kerr and Ernie Witt. A 3 for 4 day by Hickams in the 9-hole spot of Cancun. Death Valley getting 3 RBIs off the bat of Jacob and Duncan by former Kingpins players. Lemonade with their 3rd loss of the season, 5 earned runs in 6 innings. Stephanie Morgan with their 3rd win of the season. Baxter with their 3rd save. And Ronicus Scott the 4th will be your player of the game.
The last Majors game for May 20th will be the Rougarous taking down the Sea Serpents in a 3-0 victory. The RBIs coming 1 each from Torrent, Hafner, and Ortega. Torrent going 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Seattle has 2 hits from Barker and 1 each from O'Sullivan and Kripokrasov. But that's about it. Nothing else going on at the plate for the Sea Serpents. Crocodile will get the loss for Seattle, while Rayner gets the win for New Orleans, and Luke Wright will get their 3rd save with a perfect 9th. And John Rayner will be the player of the game with those 8 shutout innings, giving up only 4 hits and a walk. Taking a look at the minors, we see that there are no minors games today, so we'll go ahead and advance to May 21st, where we have our last streamed game of the day. We do have a quick sim after it, but the last streamed game will be the Boise Raptors versus the San Antonio Sloths. We have Andrew Lucas on the mound versus Nolan Windsor.
See, maybe Orem just needs to be like Shu, where he needs a sim game to get done.
Maybe that's possible. Uh, let's see. We do have some stats. So I'm trying to pull them up here, but I'm like my brain is melting trying to navigate to the correct channel. But I do have it. Over under 7.5 walks is the suggested prediction. Um, for our mods. This is a good matchup between two divisional rivals fighting for the top of the Legends Conference West, with Boise at 12 and 7 and San Antonio at 14 and 5. Boise has been on a good stretch here, 6 and 4 in their last 10 games prior to the sim, and a 3-game winning streak to go along with it. Their strength has been their pitching, as they have allowed the fewest runs and hits of any team in the conference. Only one of their starters has a whip over 1 so far on the season. San Antonio has also had a good stretch of games recently, posting a 7-3 record over their last 10 games at the time of writing, and at the top of the Legends West. They can thank their stellar batting for their success, as they lead the Legends Conference in batting average, slugging, OPS, runs scored, hits, home runs, and strikeouts fewest. Player notes. Andrew Orem for the Raptors has been hot in his last 6 games at the time of writing, batting .400 and hitting 2 home runs. His OPS in April was 628. In May, it is 1.140. As we have seen so far in the sim, cooled off a little bit since then, in terms of doubles and home runs anyway.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, just a hair. Bobby McDonald Jr. for the Sloths is batting over 500 in his last 6 games and has only struck out twice in that span. Boise starting pitcher Andrew Lucas is 3 and 2 with a 3.19 ERA, a 0.79 WHIP, and 37 strikeouts, best in the Legends Conference. San Antonio Sloths starting pitcher Nolan Windsor has had a red-hot start to his season, winning all 5 of his starts prior to the sim and posting a 2.41 ERA and 35 strikeouts, good for second in the Legends Conference. Windsor had kind of a rocky start earlier this sim. As you can see, the win-loss record has changed to 5 and 1 now. We do have a few keys to victory. Before I read them off, make sure that you get your predictions in. 30 seconds left on the total walks over under 7.5. Keys to victory. Boise's batters will need to bring their A game against one of the best pitchers in the league, Nolan Windsor. Boise has the best on-base percentage and the most stolen bases in the conference, and they'll need to play to those strengths to win. San Antonio is also going to need to bring their A game against the pitcher with the most strikeouts in the conference, Andrew Lucas. Luckily for the Sloths, they strike out the least of any team in the conference, so if they can be patient at the plate, they might be able to force Lucas to give up some runs. Now, mostly looking at the head-to-heads, it looks like the Sloths do have the advantage over the Raptors, but I saw a lot of people in the off-season debating this one and kind of thinking that the Raptors had a chance at first in the Legends West. Do you think that there's a chance for them here in this particular game against the Sloths?
Absolutely. Both pitchers have been phenomenal so far. Boise's definitely going to be riding the hot hand of Andrew Lucas in this one, whose whip is under 1 at .89. Um, both teams are in a pretty decent contention window, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, considering the rest of their uh, conference. Eeks. But uh, really, this game, you look at it on paper, uh, it looks like, oh, San Antonio is really gonna wipe the floor here, but Boise, they said they lead in odd base and stolen bases, so I mean, Moneyball works. That some heavy history here for the Boise hitters against Windsor. A lot of them hitting very well, including a casual small sample size of 5 for 7 from Sax Justice, who is a cold hitter right now. Could really heat up in this one. Not a ton of success from San Antonio against Lucas, so there's definitely that to take into account here. Uh, yeah, I heard a lot about the debates of who's gonna take the division in this one. This is probably the hardest one to predict, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, this is a very hotly contested division for first place between these two teams for sure. I think the Makers and the Vandals are probably a little bit behind these two when it comes to how competitive the team is right now. So this will be a good matchup. Nolan Windsor and Andrew Lucas on the mound, both great pitchers for their respective teams, and we'll have to see how this one shakes out. Total walks was the prediction. Looks like most people are saying under 7.5, and I would be probably inclined to agree with that with these two pitchers on the mound. I see walks per nine is at 1.7 for Andrew Lucas and 2.1 for Nolan Windsor, but those bullpens might be playing more of a factor. So we'll see what happens as we head on into game. Nolan Windsor is on the mound against the Boise Raptors starting lineup for the top of the first. Here we go in San Antonio. Toot Blonde will be the first hitter for the Raptors, and they will immediately get a base hit off of Nolan Windsor. It's going to be Bridget Westfall, a center fielder, up now with a high fly ball into right field. But that's going to be caught pretty easily at a routine grab for the right fielder, Anchovy. Petra Sabor launches that one to Chovy as well. Probably a little more effort needed to get that one going almost all the way to the track, but Chovy takes care of it easily. And a fielder's choice by Pluto. We'll get Blonde to be retired back to the bench, and we'll send Pluto back as well, as that will end the inning. Bottom of the first coming up.
Kuna Matata starting things off, and we have our first walk of the game. Lead things off. Matata is off and running for second base. He will be safe at second. Brings up Stan Antonio. Antonio going to drop one into right field. Holding the runners. We got runners on the corners. Nobody out for Christy Abbott. Christy Abbott's going to drop one into center field. Scoring the first run of the game off an RBI single. Getting Matata in from third. That'll bring up Chris Jimenez. Jimenez going to ground one to third. Only a fielder's choice in this one, so we got runners on the corners now. Just one out. Trevin Knight going to ground one past the third baseman. That's going to score another run. A single for him brings Antonio in from third. Bring up pork chop sandwiches. Hard hit ball to second. Just going to take the out at first. Two runners in scoring position now for Bobby McDonald Jr. He's going to fly one into deep center field, but it is caught out there for the third out. There'll be 2 runs on the side of San Antonio. Early in this game, we go top second to see if Boise can answer.
Offense moving quickly for San Antonio, and Andrew Oram will strike out for the first out of the top of the second. It's going to be Parker Beecham, shortstop for the Raptors. Long fly ball into right field corner, but that's going to be tracked down and caught by Chovy. Vlad Bodnar is going to draw a walk against Nolan Windsor, and now it's Sachs Justice. No, that's going to be caught by the shortstop. Going all the way out to left field. Jimenez will take care of it. Right to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Sloths.
Speed Out will step in this one. Gonna drop one into left field for a lead-off single. That'll bring up right fielder in Chovy. Chovy's gonna ground one to second. To short to first. A double play. Turned by the Raptors. Kuna Matata will strike out to end the inning. Threat eliminated there.
We're going to go to the top of the third now. It's going to be Radiance Ham, the first baseman, with the first out of the inning. Toot Blonde, the catcher, launches that one into right field. Caught at the track. Chovy makes the grab. Bridget Westfall base hit into right center. And now we have Petra Sabor with a runner on first and 2 outs. And that's going to be retired. And then we'll head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Sloths, leading this one going into that bottom of the third.
San Antonio gonna grab one in front of the catcher. Throwing to first for the first out. Christy Abbott gonna swing through one. Will be a strikeout. Only the second strikeout for Andrew Lucas this game. I'll bring up Chris Jimenez. Jimenez gonna ground one to the right side on the mound. Lucas will pick it up, toss it to first for the third out. Thank you, AJ, for gifting.
Yeah.
How can you manage to do that while you're streaming?
Johnny Pluto is going to go yard. That is going to be a solo shot, 483 feet on the How Far Did It Fly. 9 home runs on the season for Johnny Pluto as the Raptors cut that lead in half. Now it's only a one-run ball game, as is Andrew Orr the DH looking for doubles and home runs, but not going to get it this time. That's going to be a ground out to Pork Chop Sandwiches for out number 1. Parker Beecham, pop fly into shallow right center. Sandwiches takes care of that as well. Vlad Bodnar will draw a walk. Now we have Sax Justice, and he'll watch Vlad Bodnar take off for second with a successful stolen base. Justice will ground out to first, though, and leave a runner in scoring position. San Antonio now up 2-1, so a little bit less of a lead for the Sloss as they head into the bottom of the 4th.
Trevor Knight going to lead things off. Hard hit ball over to the third baseman. Good snag on a hop and get that first out. They'll bring up Sandwiches, grounds one to the first baseman who just taps the bag. Bobby McDonald Jr. will strike out swinging.
Bobby McDonald Jr., the DH, Radiance. I'm losing my mind. Radiance. I was laughing at what Van said in the chat. Radiance Ham with a fly ball into center field. Will be the first out of the inning. Toot Blonde, though, will get a single. It's going to be Bridget Westfall with a runner on first and one away. And it's going to be a ground out to Pork Chop Sandwiches. Petra Sabor goes down on strikes, and that will leave the runner in scoring position. Still 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Sloss will have Sweetheart, Chovy, and Matata due up in this one.
Sweetheart will start things off. Ground ball over to third. Toss across the diamond for the first out. That'll bring up Chovy. Chovy swings through one for a strikeout. That will turn the lineup over as we have left fielder Kuna Matata stepping in to the box. Kuna Matata gonna hit a hard hit ball liner right into center field for a 2-out single. It'll bring up Antonio. Matata taking off again. He will be safe at second base. Antonio, hard hit ball over into right field, just hugs the line, able to grab it out. There is the right fielder, Johnny Pluto, for the third out. Still a 2-1 ball game. We will go top of the 6th.
Johnny Pluto up first, and it's going to be a fly ball caught by center fielder Trevor Knight. Launching into right field is Andrew Oram, but that is going to go foul, only to ground out to the second baseman. That is brutal. It's like the game knows Parker Beecher is going to ground out to the shortstop. And still 2-1 is the score going into the bottom of the 6th. Oh, gold.
Barehanded play. Christy Abbott going to get the single on that one. Chris Menez ball gets past the catcher. Menez going to ground out to second. Abbott now stands at third. A walk. Trevor Knight put runners on the corners. They'll bring up Pork Chop Sandwiches. Another walk will load the bases with 1 out. Bring up McDonald Jr. McDonald Jr. gonna hit a hard ball over into right field. Dies just at the track, but it will be a sacrifice fly. Getting in another run, padding that lead just a little bit more. Bring up catcher Sweetheart, gonna ground out to short, taking it the easy way over to second base for the third out. Still tacking on a run here, giving the betters a little bit more to sweat over as we get 2 walks in that inning.
It's going to be Vlad Bodnar launching that one into right field. And that's going to be caught by Chovy. Great play. Defense for the Sloss coming in through here. Sax Justice will strike out, on the 1-2 pitch, and Radiance Ham will strike out as well. 1-2-3 inning for Esteban Rodriguez Jr., who entered the game this inning. It's time for the stretch as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Sloss still lead 3-1, looking to expand the lead.
9-hole hitter Anchovy going to get one down in the right field corner. All the way to the wall. We'll be on with a lead-off double. I'll bring up Matata. Matata going to ground one to the shortstop. Over at first for the first out, but Chovy moves to third. Walk to Antonio. That'd be what Stan does. Put runners on the corners now for Christy Abbott. Abbott's going to fly one deep into right field. Should be easy enough for a sacrifice fly. Tacking on another run. Will bring up the shortstop, Chris Jimenez, with a runner on first. He will take a walk. Now we have runners on first and second. 2 outs for Trevin Knight. Knight's going to ground one up the middle. They're sending Stan around. They'll score another run. Jimenez makes it first to third. We got runners on the corners now. 2 outs for Pork Chop Sandwiches. Hard hit ball to short. Running over to the bag to get that third out. According to the chat, that is 7 walks. So we are right at the
Ooh.
cusp of that. We'll bet it by it.
There's 2 innings to go here. Tuplon will strike out against Rodriguez Jr. And now it's going to be Bridget Westfall, the center fielder. Strikeout as well, back to back now. It's going to be Petra Sabor, the left fielder, stepping into the box with 2 outs and the base paths empty. Grounder to shortstop, over to first. Quick, easy inning for Esteban Rodriguez Jr. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to Jimenez. We'll bring it back to the Sloss batting, bottom of the 8th.
Donald Jr. will step up, going to drop one into right field. Fielder could have really caught that off, but a misplay out there. Suddenly, McDonald Jr. is on third. McDonald's hamburger steps in, and the pass ball gets away from the catcher. McDonald Jr. is in to score. Whew. Base is empty, Sweetheart. He will take a walk. Should be the 8th, but we will make sure. Anchovy flies one into right field, and that one is gone. Anchovy, 2-run home run to right field, 414 feet.
The crowd goes wild, the home crowd.
Kunwata, the lineup turns over. He will get himself a single. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Let's show his
Kind
first
of
home
going
run.
for another stolen base, but he is out, getting a little too greedy. Antonio will take a full count walk. It'd be what Stan do. Bring up Abbott. Abbott's going to ground one a second to short. Just going to take the fielder's choice on that one. Just couldn't turn 2. That'll bring up Jimenez. Jimenez grounds one to second baseman. Over to first. Oh, and it's an infield single. Just couldn't get it out of the hand fast enough. The Trevin Knight will strike out to stop the bleeding. This one, it is now 8-1. San Antonio going top of the 9th.
That's Chovy's first home run of the season. Sarah says, I don't do that in the chat. Johnny Pluto is going to go down on strikes. Big hill to climb for the Boise Raptors. They got 2 outs to score 7 runs at least. Make that 1 as Orem grounds out to second base. Poor Gold. And Beecham is going to go out on strikes, and that will end this game in somewhat anticlimactic fashion. 1, 2, 3, 9th. When you're down 7 runs, it's never good to see. You want to at least kind of put up a little bit of a fight there in the end. But it might have been too little too late anyhow. 2 for 4 day for Blonde, 1 RBI for Pluto on the solo shot, but not much else going on with Boise's hitting. San Antonio, on the other hand, has 2 RBIs from Abbott and Knight.
Slugs 9
as well
walks.
as
Pay out the people.
Yes, we had 9 walks. 7 on the side of San Antonio and 2 on the side of Boise.
Out the over. Only 3 people bet the
Yeah.
over. They're getting a nice hefty payday.
Ooh.
The under was bet 78%.
Wow, that's a good payday for the overs right there. Anchovy with that 2-run homer with a 2 for 4 ball game and 2 runs. Had a good day at the plate. Andrew Lucas will take the loss for Boise, giving up 6 runs in 7 innings. Nolan Windsor gets the win, only 1 earned run in 6 innings. Rodriguez Jr. gets the hold, nothing given up, over 2.1. And Nolan Windsor will get your Player of the Game award for that one.
Like the sim knows that Gold got promoted. It's like, no, you must suffer now. New York will win over Buffalo 4-2. Pretty even hitting here. A 2 for 3 day for Bark Bark Woof Ruff on the side of New York. 2 for 2 day by Danny Gonzalez on the side of Buffalo. Full Horse will take the win, their 4th of the season. Zivar will take their 2nd save of the year. Lucky El Charo will take their 5th loss, giving up 3 runs in 7 innings of work.
Oh, sorry.
SMH. Full Horse. Starter for New York will be your player of the game.
I'm sorry. That's why I'm getting fired. Maui wins over the Vancouver Vandals. 1-0. Scoreless through regulation. Maui takes it in the top of the 10th. Run scoring single by Ernie Harwell. This is we'll get to why it's interesting in a second. Peter Dawson Jr. 2 for 4. Ernie Harwell gets an RBI on a 1 for 3 day. Vancouver 2 hits each for Dupp and O'Houlihan at the top of the order, but nothing for the rest of the order. Only 1 walk for Dan King and no one else getting on base even. But this is why it's interesting right here. We got the Dallas GMs duking it out in a pitcher's duel. Both of them going 9 innings, giving up no runs, only 1 walk apiece. Tosin giving up 2 hits and striking out 6. Knight Rider giving up 4 hits but striking out twice as much, going 12. So very, very close performances for the two Dallas GMs, Dr. K and Legally Blind Gamer. Great game for both of these two. Acho gets the save from Maui with a scoreless 10th. Economides takes the loss, giving up that 1 run in the 10th. And Michael Knight Rider will be your player of the game. Very close between the two starting pitchers, though. Case could be made for Tosin if he performs just a smidge better. And well, what a great game for Knight Rider, though. And that's why LBG is going to be
Nine
your player of
innings,
the game.
12 strikeouts, only 100 pitches.
That's crazy.
What a guy.
Both of those pitchers were robbed of a decision, I just want to say.
Crabs get the walk-off win in extras, winning a solo home run from Chipper Slokening in the 11th. Well, despite that, the Aviators managed only 5 hits in the game, but make the most of all of them, getting 4 runs off of them. A 2-for-5 day by Linus Riverboat, a 4-for-5 day by Bergamo Lemon in the leadoff spot for Providence. On the pitching side, both starters take no decisions in here. Beaumont going 8 1/3 despite giving up 4 runs. Roy and Wallace will take the loss, their second of the season. Brain Kagamine will take their second win, pitching 2 shutout innings in extras. And Dasani Voss, the starting pitcher for Providence, would be your player of the game.
I apologize real quick. I just want to do a snipping tool real quick of this. I'm gonna try and get just a screenshot of this and post it in the Dallas locker room. That's all I want to do. So, okay.
It's something we need, okay?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Detroit Demons take down the Nashville Stars here. 3-2, very close game. Both of Detroit's runs, two of the 3 Detroit runs coming in the 8th and 9th. So late inning heroics from the Detroit batting order. 2-for-3 day with 2 RBIs for Danny B. 2 hits each from Blammo and Crash Wagon and an RBI from Stack and Paper. Nashville has a 2-for-5 day from Thomas Rose and 1 RBI each from Smith and Crunk. Shigeno blows the save. Parton takes the loss. Dirty gets the win for Detroit in relief, but Danny B is going to be your player of the game. No Kerry Wood game for Ricky Vaughn, unfortunately.
Darn. One can hope. Apex will win over the Supernovas 9-0. 3 hit days off the bat of Jimbo Slice and Sailor Twift. 2 RBIs coming from Eyes and Tsunami. Only 4 hits by Sarasota spread around the lineup. Pitching side, Dogwood Maple, 7 innings, 7th and a 3rd innings, 0 runs, 12 strikeouts though. Pick up their 5th win of the season. Warner with their 7th loss of the season. 7 innings for earned. And Dogwood Maple will be your player of the game.
And then we have the Death Valley Scorpions taking down the Cancun Toros here. 5-1 is the final. 3 runs scored in the 7th. 3-for-5 ball game for Tex Walker. 2 RBIs each for Jacob and Rodicus Scott. Scott going 3-for-4. And then on the side of Cancun, we have 2-for-3 ball game for Ernie Witt and an RBI for Andy Myth, the left fielder. Justin Sims gets the win for Death Valley, improving to 6-1. Speaking of 6.1 innings pitched, 1 run given up on 4 hits and 3 walks, striking out 10. Pressing gets the hold, 2 innings of no-hit ball. Leo Robert will take the loss, unfortunately. Sorry, Moosey, despite a quality start. 6 innings, 2 runs on 8 hits and a walk, striking out 9. Justin Sims, the player of the game.
Hey, Cancun. Where runs? Seattle gonna win over the Rougarous 6-4. Whoop, there's a tally for the run counter for DiStefano Jr. finally, with only one game left in the sim
Hey,
today.
he could score
Uh,
5 in the last game.
I mean, it's very possible. 2 for 5 day with 3 RBIs by Adam Milot. A
Actually, I
three for
think
five day with 2 RBIs by Gustav Beauregard. On the pitching, Sullivan with the win, their second of the season, 6 and 2/3, 2 runs, 1 earned. McDougal with their third loss of the season, 5 and 2/3, 6 earned, and Danny Sullivan will be your player of the game.
actually I think the last day is a off day for majors, but
Oh, so close.
uh, minor league games. Kansas City Hepcats take down the Dallas Dynamos here. 7-1 is the final. 4-for-4 ball game for Dustin Johnson with 3 runs and 2 RBIs. Kent Murphy the third going 2-for-4 with 3 ribbies. On the side of Dallas, you have a 3-for-4 day for Ryan Cacao and 1 hit each from 6 other batters on the team. Heed will get the win for Kansas City. Harmichael Redacted gets the loss for Dallas. Dustin Johnson is the player of the game. So I think the story here is that the 2 GMs of Dallas just took all of the luck for the day and just left the rest of the Dynamos with nothing. I think that's the story
That's a fair story on this one.
there.
Kingpins will defeat the Flamingos by a score of 9-5. This one scoring 6 in the first 2 innings. Bunch of multi-hit days for Florida off the bats of Brizzo, Yepers, and Cabrera. Cabrera were getting 3 RBI. A 4-for-4 day with 3 runs by Hayden Andrews. Applegate, Danger, Messner, and Pulse Demon getting 2 hits apiece. On the pitching side, Bleedy with the loss, their third of the season, only going 1 1/3, giving up 6. Grimes with the win, their third, 8 innings, 2 earned, 6 strikeouts. Hayden Andrews will be your player of the game.
And we have the Wheelers taking down the Firehawks here. 4-2 is the final. Close hitting, 7 hits for Anchorage, 6 for the Firehawks. 1 RBI each for Stern and Dotson, both having 1 hit on the day, those both being solo shots. Anchorage has a 2-run homer from Bobby Roode, who went 1 for 3. Then we have Woofington going 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies, and Bennigsen will also get a couple of hits. Stanger will get the win for Anchorage with 7 innings of 2-run ball, and Beta Bombs gets the save. Their 5th of the season for Anchorage, 2 shutout innings there. Lizzie Mitchell will take the loss for California, while Aaron Beckett will finish off the ball game, and Tim Stanger will be your player of the game.
Lemurs and Swifties. Lemurs will hit the
Oh,
Swifties with the old
8
decade lead here,
runs.
14-4. 8 runs in the top
Yikes.
of the ninth.
Y-
Well, depending on which team you are on, you either hate it or you love it.
You're already winning 6-4, Lemurs. You didn't have to do them like that.
4 for 6 day by Elias Singo with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. 4 RBI coming off the bat of Carrillo. On the side of State College, full team effort here, scoring the 4 runs split between 4 different players. 3 hits coming off the bat of Decker. On the pitching side,
Huh.
both starters getting a little roughed up in this one, both giving up 3 earned runs. Bonito with the win, and the blown save goes to Fujisaki. Mantix with the loss, and Kyle Eliason will be your player of the game.
So the 14-4 game wasn't a Benjamin start. Interesting. Uh, that'll bring us to the Dillos and the Bears. 3-0 win for the Armadillos. Dillo. All 3 runs coming in the second off of 1 swing of the bat. McPinguson 3-run homer off of Jormungandr Ragnarok. 2 for 4 day for Stradley on the side of Bruce City, and 1 hit apiece for 5 different batters on the Bears lineup. Amarillo only has 3 hits, but apparently that was all they needed with that 3-0 win. Oh, and look at this. All 3 of them were unearned runs due to an
Oh,
error by Aldrich. So that is going to be rough. Sorry, Brain.
Ragnarok's gonna have some words.
Yeah, 6 innings, no earned runs. Really good start for Ragnarok. Jet finishes out with 2 innings of shutout ball. Mike Kudowitz excellent day on the mound. 7 innings, no runs given up on 4 hits and 3 walks for the GM. Chartopelhauser with the hold, Firehawk with the save, and Svanile Mikudowicz will be the player of the game. And that will do it for the minors. And that will finish off the. I just wanted to note this too. Number 1 performance of the day, number 2 performance of the day. Same game. Just the Dallas GMs. That's amazing. I need to take a snip of that too. Hold on. And copy. All right. That will finish off the. What day is this? May 21st. And that'll bring us to May 22nd. Yep, no majors games. It's an off
darn.
day. So, DeStefano and Orem will have to wait another sim for those milestones. But DeStefano Jr. is 1 stolen base away from 400. This is a quick sim day though. For the 22nd, we will get to see the minors games of this day, and then we will finish up and upload. So we'll go ahead and quick sim these, and we will start off with the Dallas Dynamos taking down the Kansas City Hepcats here 5-1, both teams having 6 hits. The 1 RBI from Kansas City coming from Park Factors on a solo shot in the 9th inning, while Dallas gets 2 RBIs from Nick Fielder and 2 hits from Flanaball. Quinn gets the win for Dallas, going 6 shutout innings, while Andrew Paul gets the save. Johnny Patey takes the loss for Kansas City, falling to 2-4. But it's going to be Becky Quinn with those 6 shutout innings getting the Player of the Game award.
Wheelers and Hepcats battle this one out, though the Wheelers continue their winning streak here, winning 10-5. This one, a couple of 3-hit days by Sawyer Stern and Nelson on the 1st and 9th spot of the California batting order. Anchorage, 3-for-4 day with 3 runs and 2 RBIs from Kimura. Jones Jr. with a 3-for-5 day with 2 runs and 3 RBI. On the pitching side, Mrs. Dirk will take the loss, their 4th of the season. 7 runs, 6 earned, and 4 1/3. Hartman with the win, 3 runs over 6 innings. And E.G. Kimura will be your player of the game.
And then we have the Lemurs versus the Swift Steeds. 4-1 is the final score. Swift Steeds winning this one with 3 runs in the 8th. 2 RBIs from Eshelman. 2-for-4 day for Knox, the shortstop, with an RBI. Louisville getting 2 hits each from McGee and Bonds, and only 1 RBI from Bonds. And look at this. We have a good start by Alexander Benjamin, going 6 innings, giving up only 1 run on 3 hits and a walk, striking out 5. That 1 run coming from a solo shot. Doesn't get the decision, though. To note that. Krat will take the loss. Blanca Space will get the win instead of the starter for State College. Alexander Benjamin will get player of the game, though. So... good job, Hummus. You got to get the start going for first, for a change, I guess. I should probably save so that Hummus doesn't yell at me.
It's like, save this good performance, please.
I don't think he's watching.
Flamingos will beat down the Kingpins 8-0 on this one. Only person to have a really good day is Hayden Andrews on the side of Chicago with 3-for-4. On the Florida side, a 3-for-5 day with a run of 4 RBIs by Jeff the Giraffe. Fantastic day at the plate. A couple of other players getting multi-hit days as well. On to the pitching. Parsons will take their 5th win of the season, 7 shutout innings. McPitchy Face will take their 4th loss, giving up 6 runs in 2 1/3. You hate to see it. Jeff the Giraffe will be your player of the game.
Then we have Bruce.
I blame that loss on the 44-minute rain delay.
Fair enough. Bruce City Bears take down the Dillos here. 3-1 is the final, despite the Dillos out hitting them 12-5. That is unfortunate. If you're a Dillos fan, that is real.
Can we see the amount of double plays?
Real tough.
Because I feel like that.
Yeah, we'll take a look at those.
Ooh, no, three
Three
double play.
for Bears. Okay, so not
No,
bad.
not bad, not bad, not bad.
Looks like we have one RBI each for Honda, Crocs Out, and Coors. No one with a multi-hit game on the side of Brew City. On the side of Amarillo, 4 for 4 game for Timothy Glovery with an RBI, with the only RBI. Glovery is really just saying, "Come on, guys, where's the rest of the lineup? I can't do it all myself." Rage going 2 for 4 though, good day. One hit for actually everyone except for Velasquez on the side of the Dillos. They just couldn't string them together, I guess. Let's see. Gambit Panda will take the loss for the Dillos. Wendy Marvel with the no decision. Dylan Arms will get the win, improving to 2-0 in relief for Brew City. And Danny Young will get the third save. Gambit Panda is your player of the game in the losing effort. And that'll do it. We are all set to wrap up here. We'll take a quick look at the standings and then we'll start the upload. But before everyone starts to leave, now that all the games have been done, I just want to thank everyone for sticking around to this point. All the chat for staying to this point, and I want to thank the graphics team for their great graphics of the milestones at the start of the stream. Thank you to the mods for the predictions, and to um, the stat team. That was the that was the other one I was thinking of for all the stats that you provided for us throughout today. Also, a big thank you to Moosey for co-hosting today.
No, thank
Um,
you for hosting today.
yeah, so there's your quick look at the standings. Uh, Looks like I don't know how much of this has changed. I'm not seeing too much that's sticking out to me. It looks like the Apex. No, the Apex. Did the Apex League go into the sim? I think they were.
I can do a quick check here. They were not,
Oh, were the Demons leading?
actually. The Stars were leading
Oh, quite the fall from grace.
12 to 7. So
They're
they
still in
took
it though. They're
took
still
a
in
row.
it.
Yes, indeed.
So there's a look at the major standings. We'll take a look at the minor standings as well. We got Anchorage and Florida currently leading their divisions. If the season were to end today, those would be the two buys, and then we'd have the Bears, Hepcats, Kingpins, and Lemurs fighting for it. But this is only the end of week 1, so we're only a fourth of the way into the season. A lot can change. So if you're like a Dynamos or a Swift Steeds fan, or an Armadillos or a Lemurs fan that maybe aren't doing as hot, then you still got a lot of path ahead of you. So make the most of it. Anchorage, though, on a 7-game win streak. I didn't even notice that. Um, so don't get too down based on your standings here. We're only a fourth of the way into the season. We've got a lot of season to go. So we are going to go ahead and get this upload started. And that looks good. And that looks good as well. Go ahead and execute. And yeah, we're all done basically with our job, just waiting and hanging out with the chat. Hope you all enjoyed the stream today. Hope you all did well on your primetime predictions, except for that Scorpions Vandals game, which I think a lot of people probably not too thrilled about the result. I'm thrilled about the result, even though I lost primetime points, but uh, I'll take it. When we're in last place in the division, you take anyone you can get. Besides the Vandals, who won each game? Nola won the game on the walk-off 3-run homer by Hamed, and then I
Yes.
think New York beat Buffalo. Yeah,
Yes.
that was kind of a shutout, yeah, or not a shutout, but a blowout. And then I think the Sloths won over Boise. Yeah, because Lucas got tagged for like 6 runs.
Yes.
So
Sounds about right.
yeah. But what about the tank? Oh, we're not tanking. I wouldn't say that we are. Maybe unintentionally. uh. So I posted the Knight Rider and Tosin game in the Dallas server, and Simo goes, "They were never this good for Dallas."
It's very true. It's very sad.
Sarah, I don't think anyone can outtank Sarasota. it's it would be real tough to do that when they have like a 200 TP starting pitcher at number 2 in their rotation.
Hmm.
If this is a golf sim league, Sarasota would be first. Would they? I wonder if who has scored the least amount of runs. Do you think? I'm gonna pull up the index, but for this season so far, who would you think has scored the least amount of runs? Because I have a thought,
Ooh.
and I don't think it would be the Novas.
Supernovas have hit some games. The one thing that I've noticed is the Vandals don't like to score a ton.
See, that was who I was
Um,
thinking too.
yeah, I think it would probably be them. But then also my head's like, the Toros don't like to give me run support. So, uh,
Let's see. Okay, so the least amount of runs scored by any one team so far this season. You said the Vandals.
I'm gonna go with the Toros
You're
just
gonna go
as
with
a
the
wild
Toros.
card.
The
Want to
answer
stick it
for
to me.
that, the answer would be actually the Vandals. 38. 38 runs
Oh,
scored. Well, actually, this
ooh,
this is also prior to the sim, so I don't know if that's still the case.
ugh, ugh.
But after that would be the Supernovas at 47. And then, hold on, let me pull these up side by side so I can get
And,
a better
and,
look.
and
Cause
then it's the Toros at 65. Let's go.
yes, then it would be the Toros at 65. Then the Makers
Yeah.
at 66. Then the Sea Serpents at 76. Voyagers at 79. Aviators at 80. The most runs scored would be the Death Valley Scorpions at 131, which kind of surprises. It doesn't totally surprise me, but it kind of surprises me because I always feel like with the Death Valley Scorpions specifically recently, their strength has been their pitching.
Mhm.
Like some of their top TPE players are in their pitching, so it kind of surprises me that they're leading the league in runs. This
Yeah,
is all
what?
headed into the sim too. Like this probably changed.
Yeah. So going into the sim, who do you think has given up the least amount
Okay,
of
okay,
runs?
I gotta turn around so I'm not looking in the index. Who do I think has given up the least amount of runs?
Least. It surprised me when I found
Really?
this out. Yes.
I'm gonna say. Oh gosh, the one name that's coming to my mind is Sloss, but I don't think that would be too much of a surprise. So I'm trying to think of like who might be a surprise. I'm gonna say Nashville.
The team that has given up the least amount of runs coming into the sim, this probably has changed, is the Boise Raptors with 57.
Oh,
The next
okay.
lowest is DVS with 64. And then there's a bunch at 65.
So the two that I said were not even were not even correct.
San Antonio was at 69, Nashville was at 65.
Okay, so they were close, but they weren't
Hey, we're there. Yes, but naturally Sarasota has given up the most with 163.
Natch, and that
The
will
the
probably go
Vandals
up.
haven't even given up the most in their division.
That would be the Makos probably, right?
Yes, with 120, you guys have given up
Yeah.
98.
Our pitching has been okay. Our hitting has just been
It's
asleep.
the hitting, yes.
Yeah,
The hitting
it's
has been
tough.
a bit rough.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Runs per game going into the sim, Vandals had 2 on
Okay,
average.
okay. Yeah. Both conferences have the same amount of complete games. Which one has the most shutouts?
I'm not looking. I would honestly have no clue. um,
The difference is one.
I'll say Boise just because they just because
Well,
they.
this is conference. This is total conference.
What do you mean?
So Legends Conference versus
Oh,
Champions Conference.
okay.
Each have had 6 complete games.
Okay. And okay, so which conference has the most shutouts?
Most shutouts.
And they've had 6 complete games each.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of surprising to me that they had that many this early. I'm gonna say, I'll say Legends.
Man, you Legends people, you had 10 shutouts. The champions had 11 shutouts this season.
Wait, how do they have
Oh,
6 complete games but 11 shutouts?
you can have shutouts, but not complete games.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, I see now. Okay, I
Yes.
gotcha. Interesting. I want to see the let's see, expected wins versus. So I'd be curious
Heal
as to the
Pythag.
Pythag. Yeah, let's see. Pythag says sea serpents were underperforming going into the sim at -2, and the crabs were underperforming at -2. That's sad that the Vandals are at 0. Pythag. I'm really
Right
upset
where
about
you're
that.
supposed to be.
At 3-16, we were expected to be right there. Oh,
See,
my
you're not
heart.
giving up a ton of runs,
It's true.
but
Yeah.
you're not scoring.
Yeah, no. The
Like,
batting has been subpar.
it's been sad. Huh.
And it's weird because like some of our guys have like really high BABIP, so you would think that like they'd be getting a lot of singles, but then they're hitting like in the 100s for batting
Yeah,
average.
strikeouts be damned.
Yeah. I wonder if it is
Uh,
strikeout. Let's see
I
the.
gotta figure out who to drop in fantasy football because IL reasons.
Oof.
Stinking IL, man, I tell you.
Could be worse. Could be -9 Pythag like Nashville was last season. Oof.
Oof.
I would not want to be -9 Pythag.
Alright.
That would
Alright.
be.
Bengals fans, look away. I'm dropping Uzama.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what that means. I don't follow football in any way, shape, or form, so.
He's a tight end. He's okay. He was just on my bench as a placement. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have to do stuff on my, I have to do my fantasy stuff on my computer because my phone is weird. Because I upgraded to Android 12. Except Android 12 is very buggy still because it's the beta version. But I have to turn off this one specific setting in order to get Discord to work properly. Otherwise, it likes to freeze and crash. Except that function removes things like looking at my email, checking the MLB app or any or NHL app and stuff like that. It just doesn't work
Yeah,
because anything that uses stuff hosted from like their website, it's just like, nah, we can't do that anymore, which is weird.
gotcha.
But that's what I get for being a Google Pixel owner, I guess. I hit the update button just a smidge too soon. Sad. Once so for anybody who's still in the chat, anybody here being like me and playing the Pokemon remakes that just came out? Anybody right?
I'll say I know you asked chat, but I'll say I am. I was gonna make a comment. I forgot to, but I was gonna make a comment during the stream like, oh yeah, I have 50, only have 51 viewers. Everyone must be playing the Pokemon remakes.
What version did you end up getting?
I wound up getting Pearl since a friend of mine got Diamond. And
Pearl Gang, man. Pearl Gang, let's go.
yeah, I was like, okay, so they didn't really fix too much the fire type issue.
There
Uh,
is, like, I have a Houndoom now because the underground
Yeah.
is a fantastic place. There is still a bit of an issue, but you can definitely get by a lot easier now.
Yeah, and Pearl has one additional fully evolved fire type as a version exclusive, that being Mag Mortar. So I was like,
Yes.
all right, I'm sold. My friend has Diamond. Pearl has one more fire type. I'm in.
Yeah.
Thank you, LBG, for thanking us and calling it a great stream. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Van, you're too busy with work. Which starter are you getting? And Moosey, which starter did you get?
I picked my boy Turtwig.
Turtwig Gang, rise up! Let's
Yeah,
go!
let's go. He's my favorite starter ever. It was it's just the grass ground. Once you hit Torterra, it's fantastic. I hit Amity Square recently, and so now my Pokemon can walk behind me, and it's awesome. And Grottle is so slow and derpy. It's just fantastic. Oh man, Turtwig Gang, let's go, Van. Let's go.
Yes!
Yes, rise up. Screw the monkey. Monkey bad.
I have
Reject
not.
monkey, embrace turtle.
Everyone's all for Chimchar, and I'm just like, I mean, I can get a Houndoom.
I have a Houndoom. It's fantastic. And firefighting has gotten so old, I don't want to even touch it anymore. But I did have a friend help me this morning, so I now have an Alakazam.
Nice.
Yeah, we traded our Kadabras.
I'm admittedly quite a far ways back from my friend and probably from a lot of the people that have started playing the remakes, but that's because I'm doing a Nuzlocke.
Ooh,
And
fun.
yeah, and so the the Nuzlocke that I'm doing, I'm doing no duplicates glitch, or not glitch, but no duplicates clause.
Oh, no.
And so I've gotten to Ravaged Path, which is like that little cave
Yep.
in between Jubilife and whatever it is, and like
Orberg, yeah.
yeah, or not Orberg. No, it's to the north of Jubilife.
Oh yeah, between that and
Floroma, maybe?
yeah, Floroma Town.
Yeah, so like I'm right there, and I've already got a Zubat and a Geodude from the two other caves.
Oh.
And so like I'm there, and I'm like, okay, there's only one Pokemon in here that I can get without like returning for Surf, with Surf, and that's a Psyduck. And Psyduck has a 2% spawn rate in that cave. So I'm just there running back and forth trying to get this 2% Psyduck to add to my team.
Oh man.
It's could be better, but at least I have one badge under my belt, so that's good.
That is true. That is true. You know.
How many badges you got? So
I'm gonna go. I have 2 right now. I'm gonna go
Okay.
mess up the 3rd gym with my said Alakazam.
Nice.
I'm like, yes, let's go. Because we found out that Kadabra and Alakazam have the same level up moveset, like exactly the same levels and all. So we're just like, yeah, let's just do this now. Get that extra power. And I have a Gyarados on my team, so.
Well, I won't keep you too much longer from the
Yeah.
from the 3rd gym, since we are all
Yeah.
wrapped up and the index is updated. So
Yeah.
thank you all once again for watching. Van, I have not gotten any shinies yet. I don't know if Moosey has.
Not yet, though I have heard
Alright.
that, if you get, a shiny statue from the underground, it basically doubles your chance of getting a shiny, but you have to find 40 Diglets and Trios, down there that are just kind of chilling, but you only have like a 3-minute window of like mining the statues. It's dumb, but it's crazy.
All right. Well, I think we should let Moosey get onto the Veil. Is it Veilstone or the Hardhome? gym?
Veilstone.
Veilstone's 3rd? Okay.
Hardhome was the 3rd gym in Platinum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll let you get onto the Veilstone gym. We'll cut the stream off now. But
Yeah.
thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate you all sticking to the end. And have a great rest of your weekend, whatever's left of it.